Welcome to Wilson's channel.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to another podcast episode. This is Chat with Wilson. We're looking at episode 5, featuring a homie here, Drewspacito. Drew, welcome in.
Thank you for having me, Wilson. Big honor.
Yeah, it's about time that we have you, and it's a perfect time because we also saw each other this past weekend, and lots of things have happened, huh?
We saw each other for like 5 seconds.
I know. It's okay. We live in the same area. We'll talk about that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all right.
All right, guys, everyone, thank you so much for being here. We have live viewers in chat, so from time to time we'll be talking to chat. This will also be on my YouTube page, as I mentioned earlier, so even if you guys miss out, no worries, we got it. Exclamation guest is the command. Drew is a streamer on Twitch, so if you guys want to check out his channel, please drop a follow and show him some love. And then we got exclamation podcast, which is just a description of why I'm hosting these. And in short, it's just for me to get to know my friends on a more personal level and just to like chat it up while letting, people like interact. And
This is like
it's
our
fun.
first sober interaction in a while.
Did you say sober?
Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy but true. All right. Anyways, welcome in, everybody. All right, let's start. I'm excited. I have a lot to talk to you about. But we'll start things off light. How about let's introduce yourself, Drew, and give us a little bit about yourself, like your hobbies and interests.
Okay, as you know, I am Drew, also known as DJ Drewspacito, your ex-girlfriend's favorite DJ. I, like Wilson, am a slave to the rave. I DJ. I love watching sports, especially the Niners. Go Niners! Winning the Super Bowl, and just hanging out, drinking, amongst other things. So I just like to have fun, basically. I am a ESFP, in case you wanted to know. Although I tell everyone I'm an INFJ. That's the complete opposite of me. See if they believe me.
Oh, popping out with the Myers-Briggs. Okay.
Yeah.
Really quick. So, how did you get that nickname of being your ex-girlfriend's favorite DJ?
So my cousin, she actually DJs, and
Uh-huh.
her thing is your boyfriend's favorite DJ. And so I kind of asked her, like, I'm gonna steal it, but I'm not gonna say girlfriend. I'm gonna say ex-girlfriend. So it's not exactly copying, but it's kind of. But I kind of got the okay. So
Uh-huh.
I started using that and just started screaming it, and it kind of rolls off the tongue. So I was like, I'm gonna keep this.
It definitely does. Family influence. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay. And other than that, here we'll just jump into the early days, childhood. Where are you from, and what's it like growing up?
Oh man, so I was born and raised in Oakland, California. And for those who don't know, it is tough out there. People out there are not just struggling, but they are surviving. So we were lucky to get out of there at I think I was like 4th grade. Yeah, because I moved when 9/11 happened. But growing up,
Oh.
we had to drink Tampico. If you ever had Tampico, that's called poverty juice. But it was like $1 and it never gets cold and the sugar just sits down there. But also
Tampico.
like it was in a scary neighborhood. So like it was not safe to walk around. There was like I had to walk to school, and then we've had our house robbed a few times. Our cars getting broken into.
Oh.
So it was kind of rough growing up. And then our schools didn't have enough chairs. Sometimes we didn't have lunch. But we survived. We toughed it out, and then we moved to somewhere else in the East. I won't disclose it, but somewhere in the East Bay. So moved a little bit safer. So now we're chilling.
Oh, okay. And like how big's your family? Are you like the eldest child, middle, if you have siblings?
Yeah, I'm the oldest child, so I'm the big bro. I have a brother that's 2 years younger than me, and a sister that's like 11 years younger than me, I think. Well, I want to say 11, something like that.
Mhm. So what was your family dynamic like? Would you say your parents are like traditional, or how would you describe it?
Somewhat like that. They're pretty independent, so they do their own thing. And then growing up, I was basically the caretaker for my siblings, since I was the oldest, and then that's how it went to be. So it's kind of like when I take care of my Ray babies, I take care of my siblings. I make sure they're always good and everything.
So that's where it all started, guys. Once we talk about raving, we'll understand why
Yeah,
he's
low
like
key.
the rave dad. All right. And aside from being at home, like, what were you like in school then? What kind of kid were you in school?
Let's see. I was pretty much a nerd because I love video games and stuff. But I was very friendly, so I did grow up having a lot of friends, play sports and all that stuff. And I tried to just get along with everyone.
Okay, so were you like, how good were you academically throughout like primary school, high school?
I would call it wasted potential because I would ace all my tests and everything, but my
Uh-huh.
God, did I not like to do homework?
Dude, the homework credits, okay.
Yeah, I would just not. I would like try not to do homework. I'd like copy and everything, but when it came to start taking all my tests, I passed flying colors. So that's why I call it wasted potential.
Did you do any sports or were you like involved in school?
I tried out for basketball. No, I played in middle school. I tried out for high school, but they wanted me to play point guard, but I don't even know how to dribble. I'm a shooter.
Hmm.
So I played 2 games. I scored 10 points in 2 minutes because I hit two threes and a mid range shot. I got pulled from the game and I just quit.
What? That sounds like a core memory. You quit right after that.
Yeah, I didn't grow much taller, so it's not like it's okay. So I
Yeah.
peaked. My height peaked in high school. I didn't get to grow, so I didn't get to play more.
So what happened after high school for you? What was like your plan? Was college in the books or?
So I did 2 years. No, I did a couple years of community college. I was on and off because I didn't know what the heck I wanted to do. So I would go to school. I would work, go to school. Then I remember I was working at the Lego store, and then they like let me
Hmm.
go. So I was like, I need to get my shit together. So I enrolled at St. Mary's, which is a private school. So basically, I had no choice but to finish because I didn't want to have debt for nothing. Now I have debt for a piece of paper.
Real, the degree, the degree
Yep.
and stuff. Yeah. All right. We're learning a little bit about Drew right now. I know you guys have lots of spicy questions and everything. You, they
I
have
can
a
see it in
lot.
the chat.
They have
Tell
a
me to
lot.
relax.
Calm down, guys. Maybe he'll answer it. Yeah, we're gonna go with like the structure right here. All right, so that's like a little bit of your background, your upbringing, family ties, where you're at right now. So, what was your job experiences like from the beginning to like what you're doing now?
So my first job was working at Target. I was just a restocker,
Hmm.
and then I was like a seasonal thing. And then I moved on to working at Lego store. And then I worked in the county for a little bit. And then I worked doing valet while I was doing full time school. That was rough, but it was worth the money and the tips. Then
Hmm.
after that, I worked for a tech company that dealt with Meta, but they just laid me off. So now we're like in the process of looking for new work. Cause this
Oh,
yeah,
okay, that's the one you're talking about.
yeah, my hobbies are too expensive and I need to work so I can fulfill them.
Yeah. And speaking of some hobbies, we'll just transition there into the Twitch world where we're all a part of, even here.
Hmm.
So, how'd you get into streaming and just being on the Twitch platform?
So I think I started like late 2020. Me and my couple of my friends, we got into DJing because we just missed going to the club. We missed going to events. So
Hmm.
we were just like, why don't we just learn it so we can play whatever we want? And then I bought a controller. I learned on my own. I didn't take any classes. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos, and then
Wow.
eventually when they kind of let us out the house and stuff, we started doing DJ streams. So funny enough, I started doing them on my phone, and we would have a tripod with just my phone, so the quality, the audio was shit. But the people who actually watched them, I appreciate it because I would look at the end because I was trying to get affiliate, and I was hitting like 20 something views per those streams, and it was just on the phone. And so eventually I started like learning how to make these streams better. And then I bought a PC because I used to be a console gamer, and then it went on to there. And then from that, I met a ton of friends early in my streaming. So shout out to the Ohana fam. We all met because of. It's funny enough because I think Genshin was the game that everyone was streaming, and then probably like 50% of us were playing. But we would just all go into these chats,
Hmm.
into each other's chats, and we'd like raid each other. We would give hype trains, it was crazy. Like every day there was like a hype train. Every day there's like we're all talking to each other's stream. So, Bright he used to be the leader of Ohana. He made the server, just invited all, and it just became that. And then that's how our then a lot of us kind of stopped streaming because I guess we became friends. But
Hmm.
the Twitch journey has been amazing. I met so many great people because of Twitch, and that's the best thing that's happened with the pandemic because Twitch it put us together and stuff.
Hey, I love that. I was gonna ask you about the origins of Ohana, anyways. So we'll get into that soon. That's
Oh yeah.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So you talked about like the nickname about you being your ex-girlfriend's favorite DJ and stuff. How did you come up with like the specific username, and what do you think about it now?
Are you talking about for Drewspacito?
Yeah.
So the summer of Despacito when that song came out, I
Uh
think it was
huh.
like 17 or 18, something like that. I don't remember what year it was. But me and my cousins we were coming from home from a bar, and the back seats of the van were not like up, but there's six of us. So I said I'll go with the trunk or whatever. So I started. Oh my god, I was like wasted. So I started grabbing the back of the seat, just started twerking and singing Despacito. But then I started instead of saying Despacito, I was like Drewspacito, and then it just rolled off the tongue, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use this as a username,
It just stuck.
and it stuck. So an old pop hit is the origin for my username.
Hey, now we know. Now we know.
And
Dude.
the
Uh
worst part about this name though is when I DJ, they think I'm a Latin DJ. So I get
yeah.
a bunch of requests coming up all the time. They're like, "Oh my god, can you play Bad Bunny? Can you play some Latin?" And I'm like, "I'm not a Latin DJ, but I'll see what I could do."
Yeah. No, I could see that. I may have thought you were Latin, descent too, because of that,
It's okay.
or something from the beginning.
A lot of people think that.
Yeah, I like how you're able to just like remember all that information from the top of your head. That was quick. Okay, so now as of today, though, what categories do you usually stream, and what's your schedule looking like when it comes to just streaming in general?
I'm kind of inconsistent of when I stream. I kind of just do it when I feel like it.
Hmm.
But I was doing a lot of when I first started. It was DJing, Call of Duty, and Rocket League. And then I did a lot of I guess I used to have a variety streamer. But then
Yeah.
mostly it was Valorant, and then now lately it's been just a lot of like League, Lethal Company, and just chatting. And then I got baited yesterday by JV into playing Valorant, so that happened. And
Woo!
then we'll maybe be back. You can't leave that game. That game is the Toxic X that you just go back to.
Uh huh.
You said Power World. I have not streamed Power World yet, but I've been playing a lot off stream.
Ooh. Okay, so you are part of the hype. The Power World grind right is real. Everyone
It is
has been
real.
taken by it.
It's real. It's fun.
All right. So on the flip side, then, since those are like the games and like you don't have a consistent schedule or anything, what type of streams do you typically watch, and like who do you find yourself interacting with, like the types of streamers?
I'm not gonna go down my follow list because it looks like my explore page. But I watch my friends. I don't watch a lot of big streamers.
Okay.
They don't really interest me because their chat gets so filled they don't interact with you. So
Hmm.
I go for like I watch my friends mostly and whoever they raid, their friends and people who respond and like interact with. I think it's more fun. Like for me, like there are people like really good at games and crack gameplay and all that, but it's like I'd rather interact with my friends and make new friends. You know.
Hmm. So it's like one streamer at a time when that happens. So like just like the building blocks of the community, meeting
Mm-hmm.
everyone, right?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Did you have like prior goals when you started streaming, and do you have any current goals?
So I didn't have goals when I first started because I didn't expect to meet a bunch of people or even get any follows or whatnot. So my main
Yeah.
purpose was because we miss raving, so we're like, let's stream it so we could pretend we're at an event, you know. So
Uh-huh.
we're at home, we're watching everything. Like I used to stream, or not stream, but like I guess stream like on Zoom and Discord. That I would actually plug in my stuff to my computer and we would do it like that. But now we get into it. I do want to make more friends and everything. That's always fun. We're still trying to hit 1K. We're almost
Oh,
there.
you're almost there, yeah.
We're almost there. and then we'll see where it goes from there. But I think one of the goals is maybe to be more consistent and try to figure out like my niche and everything.
Sounds like your niche is variety streaming, and Valorant is definitely consistent and DJing. So hope you
Mhm.
figure it out. Um, yeah. So help Drew try to get to 1,000 guys! Exclamation guest! If you haven't followed, please do follow. And is it true that one of your goals on Twitch is to find a girl?
Y'all are trolling so hard right now. If it happens, it happens. It's not the main goal. And
Ah,
I ain't
okay.
gonna lie, I used to raid a bunch of girls just because like, oh, they're cute, let's follow 'em. But that's the gist of it. If
We
it
love
happens,
the
it
honesty.
happens.
We love the honesty.
If it happens, it happens. But I'm not gonna lose sleep over it.
Well said. Well said. Okay. All right. So those are some of the goals and the journeys to get there. So obviously there's like a downside to a lot of things, right? I'm sure Twitch
Mhm.
has its downsides too. So what would you say are some of the negatives that you've experienced or that you know of?
Well, I guess when you make a new friend group, there's different mindsets, ideas, and ideologies and everything. So of course,
Okay.
I've seen drama between I wouldn't say like my group or other group, but just groups that I'm in. Like some people don't get along
Mutuals.
with others. I mean, I've been involved with some myself. It is what it is, and but I think that's like the downside to it. There's also a lot of like really negative people on Twitch that like they'll say like racist things, like really bad things in your chat. You're like, I don't need this energy right now.
Hmm.
So that's kind of the bad thing because some people are brave. Like you'll be amazed. The people online are brave, and so it's just like you need to relax, guys. But yeah, other than that, I feel like that's like the downsides of it. I see a lot more like positive, but also I guess if you're trying to make money, Twitch low key scams you with their split. But that's not why I'm here to stream. It's a nice bonus when it happens, but
Hmm.
I feel like for bigger creators, I have some friends that are trying to push partners and stuff, and I feel like they should be probably getting more than someone compared to like me, like that's like whatever, fine, it's cool with it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Have you ever like considered quitting like at once or like ever?
I've taken breaks. I don't know if I would quit because if anything, maybe if I did quit, it would be the gaming. But I do love to do the DJ streams.
Hmm.
Those are actually my favorite, especially when I put these raid trains together and get talent to show off. I think that's like my favorite. That's like my favorite stream to do is when I make my raid trains.
Yeah, those are really fun to watch. I've seen it. You've done it like pretty recently too, and it's cool. The
Hmm.
exposure and just like meeting new people.
Hmm.
Okay. Do you feel like although you're doing it as like as a hobby, it's something that you enjoy, right? Do you feel like metrics ever like get to your head for the negatives? Like worrying
No,
about the
I
numbers?
I I hide my view count when I stream,
Hmm.
so I pretend like I'm streaming to one person, and everyone that comes in, it's hell yeah, it's a bonus. So I
Yeah.
look at the email after, and sometimes I get surprised. I'm like, whoa, like this many people showed up, and then sometimes I'm like, oh, it's a little bit, but it's okay. Like, because I feel like when I first started doing it, I used to worry so much about that. I'm like, oh, only two people are watching me, but honestly
Yeah.
though, if there's like one person just chatting with me, I'd take that over 40 viewers with no one talking.
Hmm.
So I feel like when I hide the view count, it helps. I don't let the numbers get to me anymore. I used to let it in the beginning, but I guess
Yeah.
it's when I was trying to get affiliate, and it was a little bit after that. But now more so, I do like just stream and hide the view count and just because I like to do it, not
Hmm.
because the numbers or the money and all that.
Yeah, that's a good mindset. And I definitely agree. Like, I feel like everyone has probably at least thought of it a few times in their streaming careers.
Yeah, in the beginning, in the very beginning, yeah, it did. I'm pretty sure all of us have, when we first started streaming, we're like I've been on for 4 hours and two people are watching. It's a little, I would say like frustrating, or it's kind of a downer. But if you just
Yeah.
keep at it, eventually someone will give you that nice raid. Someone will come in. You just never know. But if you give up on it, you'll never find out.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Right. So aside from Twitch, how active would you say you are on social media or like in social media in general, like other platforms?
I check it every day, like a lot, pretty frequently. But and then I use Twitter as my outlet for my sports ranting whenever the Niners play or something like that. So I just do a lot. But I just like I use it to promote. If I make a new mix, if I have an upcoming stream or whatever.
Yeah.
The basics of that. And then also it is a good form of messaging because nobody wants to give their number anymore. So you get their Instagram or you get their some whatever, you just message them there. It's a little less intimidating.
Oh, okay. So that explore page you were talking about, that was for Instagram, right?
Yes.
Okay. just wanted to be clear. Got it. All right. So how would you say you are in person versus like online? Do you feel like there's like a public perception of you versus who you actually are
I feel more awkward when I'm online.
online? Mm-hmm.
Like texting too. I think I'm a better communicator in person or whatever. I need to see like what's it called, like body language. I need to hear their tone, facial expressions and all that. Sometimes when I'm online, I don't know, I miss the cue or something, or I don't know what to say.
Yeah. And how about for your like again the public perception though? Like, do you feel like, for example, if I saw you on stream, I would think one thing, and then when I talk to you in person, I may think differently of you. Do you feel like you've heard about these differences when it comes to you from other people?
I'd probably say I'm more tame online than I am in person, because also which has TOS and all that,
Uh-huh.
and there's certain things you don't want to get clipped and all that. And then when I'm in person, I'm a little more wilder or out of pocket or something. But I would say that, yeah.
Okay.
I'm a
So
little bit more tame in person than I am. Unless you see my drinking streams, I don't know. Anything goes there.
all right, so let me finish off this like social media status questions and stuff. So do you really think you're wholesome?
I'm hella wholesome. Come on now.
Why'd you laugh after that?
Easy.
Like,
Because,
actually.
because everybody thinks I'm not, but I am. I'm the second most wholesome person on Twitch behind Kate Lame.
Okay. Which wholesome were you talking about? Can you spell it?
W
Oh, W. Okay.
Olesome.
All right, confirmed he's wholesome, guys. Confirmed. I had to ask.
Been confirmed. Who's the first? Kate Lame is number one.
I appreciate all of you guys for being here, by the way. Thank you guys. We're learning a lot about Drew. Okay, let's transition a little more specifically to friendships, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, when it comes to friends, what do you in particular value, and what does it take to be close to you?
I would say for a friend, I would like loyalty. That's really important. Communication, respect. Just be a good person, and it's not hard to be friends with me. Like I'm friends with. I'm easy to be friends with. I make a lot of friends. Like people come to me like when they want to hang out and stuff, and then like just be a good person. Don't be a piece of shit, I guess.
Mhm.
Bonus if you drink and shit. That's always fun.
What do you think your
What about
friends
you?
have in common then? Like the ones you're close
Uh,
to?
also adding to that, like
Yeah.
banter is very important because I like to roast and I get roasted a lot. So like, if you don't get your feelings hurt, we'll be like good friends. If not, then we're like acquaintances. Like I like to like banter a lot. Like that's a lot of me and my friends do. We banter. We
Mhm.
just like to, I guess like pick on each other and just have it's like good fun. Like just to mess around with each other. It makes everything fun.
Okay. So that means like your close friends, you would say, like, people can joke around with you, and as long as they're like not too overly sensitive. Is that what you're saying?
Basically, yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, the whole Ohana server is basically a roast for me, so that happens. And then, so I'm like the butt of a lot of jokes, but it doesn't bother me.
Uh-huh.
Unless you get, unless you're like, get like a little too personal, but like everything else is not, it, I'm not worried, I'm not bothered.
All right. And speaking of Ohana, we'll lead into that.
Mm-hmm.
So you talked about how it started with Genshin, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can you specifically like deep dive into the very beginnings, what it was like versus like, or no, like, and talk about what the imagination was or the goal for Ohana was back then, and then to like describe what it's gone through to where it's at today.
Yeah, so the very beginning, we'd always, like I said, we're always going to each other's chats, always talking, whatever. And then I guess we would always have to join each other's server so we could talk to each other and everything. But then, so when Bright made the server, the goal was basically like, why not just put all of us together since we're always talking? And then so like slowly one by one we invite some of us invite our friends and everything, and then it just became like a family. We would always like that would be like our comfort server. We'd come in, always have people in call. This is also like when it was like peak pandemic kind of ish, so we can't really leave.
Yeah.
So people we would always just like that's our go-to server. That's where we go and game because a lot of us had games in common. A lot of us played like League. A lot of us played Valorant. A lot of us played Genshin, and we would just go in there and just talk about it and hang out and everything. And then a lot of us streamed, so we'd always have the go live, like, oh, we see someone streaming, then everybody just enters the stream and everything. So whatever was just to make like a streamer fam, and then we eventually had a couple meetups, and we all became like IRL friends, and then
Mm-hmm.
so that changed a lot of it. And then the streaming kind of waned down because we all became friends. Some of us got busy, and it happens, but we don't like leave like kick people out because they're busy. So we just like it's still the home server, and if people ever like come back in and out, we're like, yeah, let's go in. We also there used to be a lot of DJing in there, so we would drink a lot because we couldn't party, we couldn't go to bars, so we drink in the server and just chill and hang out.
Video calls and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that was always fun.
Okay. Oh, and by the way, Jazz wanted to say happy belated birthday. Thanks for being here. And Quiz, thank you for the resub. Appreciate y'all. So, some people might not know that as of now, you've taken lead when it comes to Ohana, right? Can you talk about where you like what your goal is for Ohana right now, and also talk about its name, like where it stems from?
Well, because Bright was from Hawaii, the original owner. So basically, Ohana means family. So that's how it's a pretty basic name, but it works. And then so he became busy because he's a dad now, so he doesn't have time to be online. So he basically wanted someone. He said someone that I trust and I'm close to. So we talked about it in Vegas a month before EDC, and he was just like he's like, yeah, I want to give this to you because you're someone I trust. You're someone I'm close to. I think you'll do good. And I was like, that's a lot of pressure, but all right, I'm challenge accepted. And so he gave me the leadership, and then now we're trying to invite some people. We have like a process that we're doing, and then now we're trying to do community events every few months or so we can try to bring more people together and basically just not just do streaming, just to make friends in general.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's what we want. That's what we want. It's a lot of pressure because there were some people that probably didn't want me to have it or whatever. It is what it is, but they said that I do talk to most of the people, or at least try to contact with them, even the ones that don't even come in or even type or anything. I still
Yeah.
reach out to them, let them know how, or ask them how they're doing, and just make them sure they're still feeling welcome whenever they want to come back.
Mm-hmm. So that definitely sounds like one of the challenges you could come across. I'm wondering like what other challenges you might have when it comes to just like being a part of Ohana now that you're also leading it and what you've seen before.
Yeah, I mean, there's like just like mitigating drama that happens, not trying to take sides, just trying to make sure we still stay community. We don't have difference of opinions, but we could at least work it out and be friends. And there's always trying to trying to see who could fit in, who won't do stuff. And it's
Yeah.
just like a lot of like things to talk about. But I also want to do this without being a policeman to my friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I want people to be themselves. Although, like, yes, you should be like, what's that called? Appropriate and everything in certain places. But I don't want to be a policeman to my friends. Like, if for example, if we were out of the server, who am I to tell you what to say, what not to say? Like, no, like I want you to be yourself, but I also don't want you to make us look bad. Basically, is what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
there's a time and place for everything.
Yeah, right on. And also since like I'm a part of it and I know you guys have had like a recruiting process and stuff,
Mhm.
and I'm pretty sure you guys still do. What is that like? Like, what specific type of people are you trying to bring in, or have you been bringing in?
Basically, it's like people who a good amount of us know that support our journeys and adventures, streams, and everything. And then it's like we want to. I'm trying to make it not to make it sound like exclusive or like we don't like certain people,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's just the thing is like the we try to I'm trying to word this without like making it sound bad, but like we take care of the people I guess that have been original there, because like if some people have drama or beef with others, we don't want to bring them in and you know
Yeah, risk.
reinvigorate that and
Hmm.
everything that. So we try to ask a lot of members like, is it okay if so and so can join? And then we'll send out surveys, and then we also ask the members, we'll give them surveys like, oh yeah, let's see who wants to come in. We put it to a vote, and then the mods like do it from there. So it's a long process.
Yeah, so it definitely sounds like a lot of people do try to help you. So as of now, like, who are the mods that you go to, or who's like a big helping hand?
So we have like a small team. They all help me out with various things. It's not just like one thing. Like Tien helped me out with the ARAM tourney a lot.
Hmm.
Bihi does like the Valorant tourneys. Emmy helps me a lot with the the background stuff. JV and Gerardo give me a lot of good input about what's going on with the other people in there. So it's like they all tell me the things that I don't see, and then I give them my input, and we just put it together.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so this is like one of those questions you might hear from interviews and stuff, but like 5 years from now, where do you see Ohana at?
Oh man, 5 years from now,
Yeah. Everyone's gonna be at
that's
like
a
a
good.
kind of different stage in life too, so maybe even you.
Hopefully, because 5 years is a long time, and so
Hmm.
hopefully we're all still friends, and we're still gaming and all that. Who knows? But hopefully we're all still friends, and it'll still be. I don't expect it to be like an org like 100 Thieves or something, but just like
Yeah.
or even like a professional org. I just want it to be like our little safe haven for our friends, and even like to plan events and all that stuff, that fun stuff. So
Hmm.
hopefully it keeps going. I think we're still a good thing. As long as we can keep doing some stuff, having fun, and making sure we're all still friends. I think we'll be solid.
Okay. And so as of now, whatever you can say, what are you cooking up? What are like some future plans and events for Ohana?
We have discussed the future Valorant tourney. It's a rough draft right now. I'll have to ask Bihi when she's ready for that because she's the main spearhead of that one.
Yeah.
And then I am doing a coin toss tourney in a couple weeks. If you want to join, Wilson, it's on a Thursday.
Oh yeah, I totally
So
forgot to reply to that, but I know isn't it like on Valentine's Day or something?
it was supposed to be the day after Valentine's Day, but I have something going on. So the 22nd.
Oh, you have
So I'm
something
gonna
going
be hosting it.
on.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm gonna be hosting it on the 22nd. So it should be a lot of fun. It's just literally a heads or tails contest, best of seven. And I'll interview the contestants a little bit. So yeah.
Okay, okay. So are you saying you're not free on Valentine's Day?
The 14th, I'll be at home gaming.
Okay. All
The
right, all
15th,
right.
I will be out. I will be out.
Hmm. Got it.
I'll be going to Laser City.
Oh, hey, have fun with that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's transition into. So we talked a little bit about friendships. Actually, let me ask you one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you kind of talked about how you don't like drama and that sort of stuff, right? But
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to like just people, what icks do you usually get from like people that you realize like can't be your friends, or like you
I mean,
can't be friends with?
if they don't wanna be honest and straight up to me, I think that's like number one thing. When you're like saying shit behind my back and telling people things here and there about me, and I don't have a chance to explain, like that really like come on, like I was like, I'm not. It's not like I'm gonna beat you up. I'm small, so it's just like just talk to me about it. That's all. And I don't like that beating around the bush type of thing. That's the one that irritates me the most.
So
Really
it's
much
like
about that.
communication. Hmm.
Yeah, because when you start telling people something like that, then they get that perception of me, and who knows, maybe I'm trying to get a future member in, and they heard something about me, so they won't join because I have some kind of whatever it is they said. So that's like what bugs. So I'd rather just tell me, like, if you have a problem with me, like, just say it. That's all. It's not that hard.
Okay, so talked about friendships. Let's lean towards relationships.
Oh, the fun stuff.
Yeah. Do you want to give us like an overview of like the type of relationships you've been in, like a rundown to where you're at now?
I've only had a couple of them, and I'm not gonna tell about my first one because that was very painful.
Oh,
But the
okay,
other
okay.
other couple of them, it could have worked. It didn't. But I've met a lot of friends because of these past other ones.
Yeah, how old were you when you were in like your first one at least, and then kind of like
My
just go
first
from there?
one, my first one went from like middle school up until like second year college, and then after that, that was it.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the other ones lasted. I don't even know if it was like too long, but I think the talking stages were longer than the actual relationships and everything.
Hmm.
Mhm.
What do you consider as like a long relationship?
Actually, it could even like a couple months could be long because you really like someone, like because when they break up with them, it hurts. Like it can feel like a long time. So don't really judge it by how long it is. Just like how you feel about it, everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
For you personally, what would you say is like your type? You can be as specific as possible.
I'm into toxic women, Wilson.
Can
I'm,
you describe what a toxic woman is like?
like if I forget to take the chicken out and of the freezer and they'll key my car. No, I'm just kidding. But I like I'm just kidding about that. But the women that I'm like into, I kind of like the girls. So when I'm like looking back at like the girls I've dated or like look or people I've liked, they've been like they've been like the shyer type, kind of like the opposite of me, the opposite of like me as a person.
Okay.
And then
Shy
it's
types.
yeah. I find it kind of weird because I would think like maybe if they're more like my energy, it'd be like crazy. But like the
Mm.
ones that I really like, I'm like like they could probably keep me in check. I think that's a good thing.
Okay, more of a balance type of thing.
Yeah, it's like a
Okay.
good balance. Hmm.
Any other, like specifics for personality or even appearances?
I don't discriminate.
Okay.
Small girls, any race, whatever. If you have a good heart, that's all that matters. It's wholesome, remember?
So why is everyone saying ABGs?
Okay, that's probably my favorite.
Okay, okay.
I've had a phase with different, but that's my favorite.
So
Like when
what?
I went to
Uh huh.
like when I went to
Go
St.
ahead.
Mary's, I had a white girl phase because like all that was there was like white women, so I was like, hey, just gotta test the field and everything.
Okay. So how about as of now? Like, do you feel like you've been interested in any particular or specific type of women recently?
Uh, Beggars can't be choosers, so whatever comes by. But I'm just kidding. But yeah, I guess anyone, if you have, Asian women, white women, all women, whatever, it's fine.
Uh
It's
huh.
okay.
What kind of
We don't discriminate here.
what kind of women have you dated?
Oddly enough, I always say so. First was in Viet, and then I always say I'm never gonna date a Filipino again. And they
Mm-hmm.
always Filipino.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the Viet and Filipino.
Yeah.
I think I probably had the most talking stage with Vietnamese girls.
Hmm. Do you have a preference when it comes to age and height?
As long as you're over 21, so as long as you can go into a bar, when you get older, the age gaps get like I have friends that the age gaps are different, so it's like it's whatever. As long as they can, as long as they can go into a bar, it's good.
Uh-huh.
And with height, I mean, if they're taller than me, my kids will be blessed, so that'll be good.
Okay, okay. All right, this is a very random question. So, you know how you rate people on a scale of 1 through 10, right?
Uh-huh.
So, let's say we're going to have two categories.
Okay.
One looks and
Mhm.
one personality, right?
Mhm.
Imagine you have 14 points to use. How would you split it for the ideal girl?
Well, I did say at Millennium, I told my group I'm walking out with a 3 out of 10. So they can do that with the rest of personality. Cool with me. If they're cute to me, that's all that matters.
So you're saying a 3 for the appearance and 10 with that leftover 1 for personality.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But you know, you can always balance the points. You said 14, right? 7,
Yeah,
7.
yeah.
The good balance, but I'd rather have the personality higher because then it's easier to hang out with them, whatever. Because you know,
Mhm.
I've met a lot of tens that look tens that are like ones in personalities,
Yeah.
and then there are some people I've met at the club or raves or stuff. They maybe didn't like 4 look, but they've had 10 personalities. So
Uh-huh.
and I've had more better interactions with them. So that's why. So yeah, but you know, that's why I said like I will go with the like I said at the millennium. I told my group I'm gonna go for the 3 out of 10. Don't stop me. But if not, it is what it is. But the personality is always better.
Oh, okay. We'll definitely talk about trilogy and stuff. That's
Hmm.
actually exciting news that you actually brought that up. Okay. So we talked about the appearances, personality. Um do you believe in right person, wrong time?
Right person, wrong time. I've had so many of those for so long. I think it's starting to think it's not real. I was like, oh, it's always the right person. It's the wrong time. But there was like one I think that was really right person, wrong time. But I would say so. I would believe that.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And do you feel like you've experienced the one that got away?
The one that got away, she, the one that got away probably got away plenty of times already. So probably.
Yeah, okay. We don't have to get into the details of it. So, whatever you're
No
comfortable
worries.
answering.
Hmm.
Yeah. So on the flip side though, what are your personal what are some red flags that you've come across or that you have on your list?
Oh, like when they treat people bad, like if you're on a date and they're like shitting on the waiter, like that really turns me off. Like stuff like that. So, like just being like an overall like bad person and all that. It's really like that, and people that really complain a lot. That like even though it's like something small, it's just like okay. Or people who are like not appreciative or grateful. Like you know, like a small thank you goes a long way. It's like the little things like that.
Hmm.
And sometimes the people that don't forget the little thing that do forget the little things, I'm like not really. I can't get into it.
Are there other red flags that you could think of?
That was like the 3 off the top. Oh, if they like ketchup, I fucking hate ketchup. But other than that, yeah,
Ketchup?
that's it.
Wait, what?
So okay, so let me tell the story. This Tinder
Yeah,
date
go
I went
for
on
it.
once, bro. So I was on
Oh,
Tinder. I was on Tinder, and you know
okay.
I'm swiping and swiping. I would say she's probably like a 7.5 out of 10. All right, it's just
Hmm.
like double what I said. And so we go to it's like a local burger joint around here, and we get 2 burgers and we share a large fries. And she goes,
God, okay.
she grabs the whole ketchup bottle and just douses it on the fries. And then I'm looking at her like, nah, ain't no way. So I'm just looking at her, and then I took my burger and I walked out. I was like,
No way,
I
you
was just
walked
like,
out?
I was like the nerve of some people to even ask. I just walked away and I went home. I was like, ain't no way, bro.
Oh my god. So you just ghosted her after that?
Yeah, I told Jetpack that story and he was like crying in the car. I unmatched her immediately and everything.
Oh, holy shit, ketchup is that bad?
Yeah,
Oh man.
disgusts me.
Okay, how about oh even ketchup chips?
Oh yeah, they had me try in Toronto. That was a top 5 foulest things I've ever eaten.
Wow. Oh geez. Okay, you really don't like ketchup.
Oh yeah,
Wait, but how about like
nothing else.
tomatoes in general?
Not like tomatoes are like okay, you know, like in like pico de gallo and like you know like salsa and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but like just like ketchup, just ugh. Like the smell of it, the taste of it, it's like bruh.
Yeah. Okay, so that's some of your red flags, including people that like ketchup. What are
Hmm.
your red flags that you could think of? So about
I
you.
know the chat is about to go crazy on here.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
we're
gonna.
getting your answer, not chat's answer.
So mine, I don't
Yeah.
know. Sometimes I'm a little too brutal, maybe a little too honest. Maybe like I'll push how far we can go with the banter, something like that. And then what else would it be? Oh, I'm not really organized. I would say that. And then that's a couple off the top of my head, but yeah, like kind of like that. I think I play around too much sometimes. I
Yeah.
don't think some people like it, so sometimes I need to learn like where I stand with people sometimes, and
Hmm.
how far I could push it, or if it's getting a little, I wouldn't say personal, but it's like a little too much.
Yeah.
Hmm.
In order for someone to date you, would you say like you have any specific deal breakers?
Deal breakers. I
Yeah.
mean, will like a deal breaker? That's a good question. Because I'm willing to meet on even ground or even help you more. But as long as we can cater to each other and whatever we both want. I'll usually if I'm like talking or in like a talk station, we'll talk about how do you feel about certain things, and we go off of that and we see if it's like a good match or not.
Mm. Okay.
But I don't know the actual like I can't think on the top of my head
Yeah. Yeah.
the what would be the deal breaker. Of course, if they're too young, I can't do that. That's
Yeah.
why I check the wristbands at every event.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I asked you about like what are you looking for when it comes to height?
Oh, I mean, if they're shorter than me, that's nice. If they're taller than me, my kids are good. It's a win-win.
Okay. Would you say you have a limit, or like how short would you say you could go?
Probably not like like legally short, like midget short. Oh, that's a word you can't say on Twitch. I think. Oops, but yeah, like that short, or if they're not like they can't be like like Shaq size.
Shack size. Okay. All right. And
The
do you
extreme ends of the spectrums, basically.
I got it. I got it. Do you believe in second chances?
Ooh, that's a good one. I depends. It depends. Depends on what it is, because there are some things that sometimes people do that I probably can't forgive. But if there's willing to change and everything and talk to me about it, then I think I could do it. But it's very circumstantial.
Okay. And how about so like circumstantial? If they cheated on you, like where do you find that fine line of not giving a second chance?
Oh man, it would have to. That would be hard. It would. I would probably say like 95% chance I don't do it, but I will hear you out and we'll see from
Hmm.
there. But it's probably gonna be like I don't take it back.
What's worse to you, physically cheating or emotional cheating?
I think emotional would be worse because then I feel like physical it could be a one-time thing and never happens again. But if it's like emotional, they'll probably end up leaving you for the guy best friend or whoever it is.
Hmm.
Yeah, I feel like if it was a physical thing, it could have been maybe they were too intoxicated, they already knew them at the time. But unless you're actively going on Tinder, I think that's like worse, maybe.
Okay. You mentioned that you have gone through heartbreak. You don't have to talk on that specifically, but I
Hmm.
just want to ask like what's your biggest like learning lesson from like heartbreak?
And sometimes, like, no matter how hard you try, they're just not gonna like you back the way you want them to. And so the hardest part is always like bouncing back. But as soon as you can get that in your head, you're already on the way up to recovery and everything. So sometimes I would used to use like drinking as a vice. I'd go and just try to meet whoever and hook up with whoever to get that out of my head, but it just sometimes doesn't work that way. It's just to give yourself time and to mentally make sure that you're ready to recover.
So time is one thing that helped you. So like if
Hmm.
someone were to like go through that same experience as you, like what advice would you give them?
That you could not be okay for a couple of days or whatever for as long as you need. Like make sure that you let that emotion and heartbreak out first. That's the only way you're gonna get through it. Because if you just try to suppress that, and I feel like it's gonna harm you in your future dating and all that
Hmm.
stuff. So just like it's okay to be not okay sometimes and just get a good cry out, talk to your friends about it, and then let them like listen so they can get you to where you need to be later on.
How long did it take for you to get over it and to like pick yourself back up?
Yeah, so but when I was younger, it was a lot harder. But
Yeah.
as I've gotten older, it's been easier because I've gone through it a few times. So it's just like when I was younger, I'd be like, oh, it's like the end of the world. But now it's like the most recent one I had, like I really liked someone and then it just didn't work out. And before I would like, like dwell on it and everything, but it would like now I'm just like, okay, she doesn't like you back. So what? There's more other people. Just like let out the cry and then go on.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's easier now. But when I was younger, it was a lot harder to get over it. That's why I would like drink a lot or go to like the clubs and stuff just to try to get my mind off of it. But when you ignore it, that's when it really like it'll just come back to hit you harder.
I see. Personal experiences. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So for you specifically, how do you think you like what do you do when you're interested? Like how do you show it to someone?
Oh, for me, I'm honest about it. I'll tell them like when I'm texting or getting to know them, I'll compliment them. I'll tell them like I want to take you out one time or when you want to hang out and stuff. I want to get to know you and everything. So I kind of do it like off the bat because if I become friends, I mean there's nothing wrong being friends first because I also try to do that too. But I at least try to like put it in their head that like okay, I have some interest in you
Mhm.
instead of like stuff like that or like trying to be friends because it kind of hurts when you get friend zone like that. And so
Yeah.
at least in the beginning, I'll try to ask them like, oh, like let me take you out for lunch sometime. Like you're really awesome, and I'm interested. You're really cool, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Hmm.
All right. So, speaking of that friend zone, have you been in the friend zone before? And if so, have you ever had the chance to get past that?
Plenty of times. It's part of life, but I think I'm good friends with still a lot of the girls that I've been friend zoned by. So after you get over that initial feeling, like it's cool, whatever. And then there have been a couple times where I've escaped, but not for a relationship. And then yeah, so it does suck, but sometimes it's better to have some friends than lose them entirely. So I have good memories with like a lot of them.
Mhm. And speaking of friends, like, would you say you have, like, is it easier for you to become close with guys or girls, like, as friends?
Well, I feel like for the boys, it's like like oh, it's the boys, yeah. So I feel like for guys, cause like the interests are more aligned and all that, like
Hmm.
the attitude and everything. And then I know some girls a little more like they put their walls up and everything, and so you're just like they'll be more shy or stuff to be friends with you and all that. But if it happens, it happens. So I'm always like down to always listen to. But I feel like girls are better listeners. So when I ask for advice, I ask like my friends that are girls for more advice.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
So, do girls give better advice when it comes to that, like relationships and stuff for you?
I feel like it's like easier to talk to women about relationship things than with guys because sometimes we're going through the same things, so we're like we don't we're both stuck. But at least from like we get a girl's point of view, and then they can kind of to give you a because every girl's different, but they can at least give you a better idea of what's going in their head than
Yeah.
trying to guess because guessing sometimes sucks.
Right. All right. I'm gonna ask you this:
Hmm.
do you have Riz?
Do you want me to be honest?
Yes, of course.
Okay, I wouldn't say it's a riz, but I would say it's more. I would be more confident
Hmm.
because I get all. I've probably been rejected a lot more than I've succeeded. But the thing is, I just try. So whenever we go out, I just try. You just never know. So I've had like plenty of experiences where it didn't work out. So, but I've also had other experiences where it does. And then the way that I've like learned was to be they like when you're honest instead of being
Hmm.
around the bush and all that. So instead of like trying to like befriend them and then ask them on a date to get caught off guard, you're like, let me just take you out or tell them something nice or my favorite thing to do at events, let me buy you a drink.
Oh, okay. Take notes, guys. Take notes.
So I wouldn't. Sometimes I'm clever, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes things come out wrong, but you know what? It's better to just say it than to be afraid to say it. Because if you say something dumb and they laugh, that's also a good thing. That's also a W. You're like, oh my bad, I was just being hella corny or something like that. It's
Mhm.
better than to do that than just to be like scared and like the next guy comes along and what if he's not like he's like a 2 out of 10, but he bags her because he's good at talking. Because I've never been like I wouldn't say I've been like the most good looking person. I'm not a tall person. I'm not really talented all that stuff, but I had to just learn how to talk.
Yeah.
It's basically what it is. So if you can do that, you can have some type of success.
So you've gained that confidence over time for sure.
Over time, definitely,
Yeah.
because rejection used to
Trial and error.
suck.
Hmm.
Yeah, and now I'm like, you know what? That's now you just say, okay, that's your loss. Like I'm hella fun. I know how to have fun, so it's okay. I'm not. I wouldn't like dwell over it.
Oh, okay, okay. So like almost
Mhm.
every time you would shoot your shot at least.
I would try. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So if you had to rate your Riz game from 1 through 10, where is it at?
1 through 10.
Yeah. Good old 1 through
I would
10.
say I'll say it's a 9 on a good day and it's a 3 on a bad
Ooh.
day.
Okay. Pretty good. That
Yeah, it,
confidence
it
though.
depends. It depends. It depends on how confident I'm feeling, how intoxicated I am, and whatever's a lot of factors contribute into that.
Mhm. Have you, on the opposite side, have you ever been rizzed up?
So, anytime I'm at an event, it's different from the club because the clubs are all 21. So
Okay.
I don't really ask them. But when I'm at like raves, girls will come up to me and start talking to me. The first thing I ask them, like, "Can I see your wristband?" And then if they don't understand why I want to see it, I'm like, "You go have fun. I'm probably too old for you."
Damn.
So like we were at Bill Grant. I think it was one of the Millennium shows. This girl started talking to me,
Okay.
and I was pretty intoxicated. And I was like, wait, can I see this? And she was like, why? And I was like, I'm old enough to be your uncle. You can go talk to someone else. You go have fun. She didn't know what the
Damn,
wristband was
that's
for.
crazy. Hey, but like sometimes people just go in without getting the wristband though.
Yeah, but if they know, they'll be like, oh, I didn't get it. I'm like, oh,
Oh, okay,
okay,
okay.
yeah,
So base it off of what they say and
yeah.
everything,
It's
how
based
they
on what they
respond.
say. And she was confused about it, so I was like, oh, you don't know why I have this? Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, damn. Okay. See you. Guy's a veteran. All right. So maybe other examples, but what is like the best way for you to shut people down if they're like interested in you, or what have you done?
And besides, like telling them they're not old enough,
Yeah, yeah. Cuz that's
for me,
situational.
usually I don't. I'll entertain it at least if they're old enough, I'll entertain it,
Uh-huh.
and then I'll just tell them like, if you're looking for something, not right now. I have some friends if you want, but other than that, I just tell them like I'm okay, or I'm like I'm trying to enjoy the music, or I'm not looking for anything. And if they get really pushy, and then usually I'll tell one of my friends, our girls, like I'm gonna grab them, like you're my girlfriend, because they'll do that for me too. Like I
Uh-huh.
have some friends, they'll grab me, but like, oh no, my guy is right here. So yeah, I'll if it goes to that. But I just usually tell them like, I'm good.
And when it comes to like the homies and stuff, have you ever wingman, or do you feel like you're a wingman?
I am a very good wingman.
Why is that?
I'm gonna say that now because I could get you at least 2 minutes of conversation, and then you have to go on from there. I can initiate it,
Do you have
but
like examples or like how you would do
yeah,
it?
breakaway. A breakaway. There was remember Lilik
Uh-huh.
with G's. So she was like dancing. We were like vibing, and then I was like, "Oh, my friend there wants to talk to you and stuff." And then so she started talking to G. I was like, "Whatever goes from there, that's on you. I did my part."
Damn, gave him an experience that he
Yes.
he won't forget.
But yeah, so basically, I can get that started, but it's up to
Yeah.
you to, it's on you for after that. I can't do that. Like if she has a friend, I'll distract the friend. I can probably do it for like 2 to 5 minutes. So you have that time slot for you to
Hmm.
do that.
All right, real one.
Yeah, I'm also the type. I'll take the I'll take the 3 out of 10, so you can have the 9 out of 10. Like I'll talk to her or I'll distract her. It's not a problem for me.
All right, right on. Is there anything else you would like to talk about when it comes to relationships?
And I think we covered a good amount
A good
here.
amount.
That was
Okay.
yeah, that was good.
I'm gonna switch it up just a little bit. How would you say you're doing as of now, like just mentally?
Well, getting laid off kind of took a toll.
Yeah.
So I'm like stressing about that because it's really hard to find a job right now.
Oh yeah.
And so I've been having to stay at home a lot more than I would like to because I usually like to go out and stuff.
Hmm.
So because I have to save money, so that's like kind of hard. And then other than that, like aside from work, like we're good. So we're just like I'm chilling, but it's just the whole work thing kind of been stressing me out. So when we went to Trilogy, I was just like not thinking about it. It was nice. Okay,
Yeah,
you
a
know,
little getaway
I don't
from
have to worry
that.
about that. Yeah. Luckily, I'm still getting unemployment too. So when that runs out, then I'm hoping I have a job by
Okay.
then.
What are you specifically looking for? Are you just looking for just a lot
I
of
have
different
applied
options?
to go back to the government jobs and
Okay.
some tech jobs. It's just like no one's like calling right now. So maybe I'll try to like revise my resume and all that. But we're just trying to. I really would like to get back to where I was. That would be nice, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's not going to happen. So we're still trying. Anything that can pay me close to what I was making, that'll be good.
Hmm. And in
Hmm.
general, like when you feel like you're really frustrated or things are not going your way, how do you vent your frustrations? Or like how do you cope with
Uh,
it?
Besides drinking,
Yeah, yeah, besides drinking.
I like to be alone. As extroverted as I am, when all that's going on, I actually just like to be alone, just take time for myself.
Hmm.
And I think gaming really helps too. To keep your mind off of it. And then also when I'm like practicing DJing, I'll make some playlists and play some songs that kind of relate to what's going on. And
Yeah.
then yeah, so but I like to do like basically on my own. I try not to like go out or and like burn myself out even more, then to come home even worse. So when I do that, I just try to like keep it to myself, chill.
Hmm. I'm curious, what's your current like sleep schedule?
I sleep really late, like 3, 4 a.m. sometimes, well, usually.
Oh,
And then if I get 3 hours of sleep, I'm good.
oh
If
damn. Just
I
three.
get 3 hours of sleep, I'm good. Yeah.
Mm.
And then anything after that, it's like a bonus. So I mean, I should be taking care of myself more, but I wake up a lot at night, so it happens. But as long as I get 3 hours, I'm chilling.
Yeah. So like since you're home a lot, that means you're pretty active like within the Twitch communities, right? As of now.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much.
Okay.
I'm always like lurking for my friends, going on stream and everything. That's always
Got
fun.
it. All right. Gonna transition to just talk about some life lessons and goals.
Hmm.
Um so from the top of your head, what life lessons would you give to your younger self?
To my younger self is definitely save some money. That one's big
Mm.
because I feel like I was pretty irresponsible when I was younger, so maybe just be like more responsible because I'm definitely more responsible now than I was before. And then also to like don't be afraid to do things because before I was like I would not be in my I'd be like really in my comfort zone, but now I always try to get out of it. So I would like tell my myself like get out of your comfort zone. If you want to do something, just do it. It's like basically yeah. So that's basically what I would tell my younger self.
Okay.
Hmm.
What would you say is like your greatest failure or something that you really regret?
Something that I really regret.
Yeah, in your life.
Damn, that's a good question.
Yeah, it's like a few deep questions.
That's a very yeah, it's a very deep question. But I guess like the biggest regret is basically it's just being financially irresponsible in my early 20s because I took a lot of debt more than I should have. I borrowed some money that I mean from like the bank stuff that I didn't get to like pay back right away, and then it kind of hurt your credit in the future. I would say
Oh,
just
I
being
see.
really like being really financially irresponsible when I was younger. Because now, because something in high school they should teach you is like finance, even like
Hmm.
the basics, like put shit in your savings, put shit, and like invest it. But for me, I saw money because I didn't have money growing up, so I was like, oh hell yeah, I'll just spend all this, which I did. So now, like when you get
Right.
older, you're like, oh my god, why did I do that? Or when you look at your old pay stubs, where the hell did this money go? I look at my W-2s, I'm like, it's like what? I made this much? Where did it go? It's like
Hmm.
why do I have like only 1% of this? So I would like say that being financially irresponsible was my biggest regret
Yeah.
thing because I probably could be doing even more stuff now if I didn't do that.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And for you personally, just like in general, what are like the your current short term and long term goals in life?
I would say for like short term, this is like definitely find a job first,
Yeah.
and then start saving up, and then and for like a long term goal, I want to move to Vegas, and hopefully, in maybe 5 years or something, I would like to move to Vegas.
Why Vegas?
I love, I don't know, I just love Vegas. I'm there all the time. I love gambling, and California is getting really expensive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like it's like my second city. Every time I go back there,
Hmm.
it
Do
feels
you,
like a home.
do you have a lot of connections in Vegas too?
I only have a couple friends out there. The
Yeah.
only real connections I have are is my player's card because they gave me a lot of free rooms.
Oh, I see. I see.
Hmm.
As
So
of now,
speakeasy, yeah, I'll house everybody if I live there.
real. So as of now, like thinking like long term and everything, do you feel like there's a certain like age or anything where you feel like you want to settle down by?
And, I used to think that, but everyone has a different path of life.
Absolutely.
So I just feel like whenever I don't know when that is because I don't want to put a number. So when that time is there,
You'll
it'll
know.
be then. But I'm not like thinking about settling or whatever. So just hopefully, whenever that time comes, I'll know it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And what's like some of the biggest risks you've ever taken in life so far?
Definitely going to a private school because that shit is expensive. So I knew like I had to finish or that debt will be for nothing. So now it's just basically I paid for another car without the car. So I would say that's a pretty big thing because I could have went to other schools, but I got accepted into like Davis and uh, UC or Cal State East Bay and St. Mary's, but I would have went to the other schools for partying or for the wrong or for women or for the wrong reasons.
Uh-huh.
But I went to St. Mary's. At least the classes were like 12 to 20 people, so they would know if I'm there or not. So they'd keep me in check. So I guess something. I guess so. Being something important is someone keeping me accountable.
Okay. Now we're gonna start talking about a lot of the partying, the raving, and all that
Oh, the
stuff.
fun, the
Drinking,
fun.
yup. So some more fun for sure.
Yeah.
Before we get into that specifically, I do want to talk about like DJing.
Hmm.
Like, so when you started off like DJing, like when did you realize like the passion was growing for you, and how would you describe your style of DJing and music?
So when back in middle school and high school, I was the one people went to if they needed CDs burned. I was the LimeWire guy, so I was burning
Oh.
everyone's CDs, everything.
Mm.
So it's them for a while, and I just we all love music. I love music, and then and so I used to make CDs for Valentine's Day and stuff for my friends to give out. I use a CD, give it to them, tell them you made it, and then so stuff like that. It became like a hobby, and then I used to club more than I rave before, and so like I was like sometimes I'd be like in there I'd be like I think I could do better than them, but then when the pandemic hit and then we that's when I was like starting to rave heavy. It was like oh I miss it, so that's why I got into it, and then a couple of my other friends did, so we were doing basically mini lineups for our friends, and that
Mhm.
got me into doing it. Now I get to play once a month in SF. That's pretty cool. I've had a couple gigs like for friends, and I'm gonna do a wedding in September. So hopefully it goes up from there.
Do you feel like have you ever felt like you could take it further and just like make a career out of it?
I've never considered that. I feel like it's for me it's more of a side hobby than a career.
Yeah.
It'd be nice though. I would love to play a EDM event one day, more so than like like regular like at the bar and stuff like
Hmm.
that. Like I would love to have just like EDM crowd when they just play one of my personal sets that I've made like on Twitch or something. That would be a dream. That would be fun
Yeah,
with
I
like the
remember
production and everything.
you even wanted to like give it a shot at TwitchCon, right?
I did. I applied for TwitchCon. I sent them like a MLA 4-page essay of why they should pick me, and they didn't pick me.
Hmm. All right. So let's talk about like your drinks, right? So
hmm
what does Henny mean to you?
Henny is love. Henny is life. So
Since when and why?
it was the first drink I ever drank, and I don't know why. I know a lot of people don't like it, but for me, it's good. Tastes like grape juice, and so when I was clubbing and stuff, that was always our go-to. When me and my friends were drinking, we just always pitch in for a bottle of Hennessy, and it just became a part of me. So I bring that like everywhere, or when I can, or that's what I drink.
When did you start drinking? Like what was your first drink?
I started drinking in high school, but heavier after I turned 21.
Ah, okay.
So
And
believe it or not, I didn't go crazy in high school because I was
mhm.
always usually our DD. Then after I turned 21, I told my friends, "All right, I'm going crazy now because I drove your asses around for the last 5 something years."
Uh-huh.
And so it kind of that's what happened.
So is it just regular Henny that you like or anything
Oh,
specific?
Henny, it don't matter. Priv is actually the best one,
How would you describe the
but
differences for you?
it's like I would say it's like less harsh.
The Priv?
And yeah, the Priv is less harsh. You don't get a nastier hangover. Even though
Uh-huh.
Henny doesn't give me that bad of a hangovers, or it's tolerable compared to when I drink tequila or vodka or God knows what else.
Yeah. So if you were to go to like a bar, what's the instant go to then? Or like
I'm
the
at a
order?
I'm at a bar. It's definitely a Henny and Coke. If I'm at an event, it's a tequila Red Bull. And then
Okay.
if I'm buying a drink for someone, I'll usually get them like I'll say like a Sex on the Beach, a tequila sunrise, vodka cran. It depends on what I ask them what alcohol they like, and then I'll figure it out from there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For sure. And again, everyone, thank you for being here, for tuning into the stream. I appreciate y'all asking Drew lots and lots of questions relative to drinking and DJing right now.
Mhm.
So what's the worst drink for you, or what don't you like?
All right, Captain Morgan, never again. Jose Cuervo, never again. AMF. I drank 8 at the Dave and Buster's once and died, so I'll do it on a special occasion. But definitely no Jose. Definitely no Captain Morgan. Definitely not Patron. Oh yeah. Ooh, my 22nd birthday, no more Patron. But I've been drinking a lot of tequila lately because all my friends drink tequila.
Mm.
And then so that's why. But also, guys, pro tip, if you want a good AMF, ask for no ice. You'll get sent after one.
The tip to get sent.
If you want to get sent, say no ice on the AMF. It is strong.
Mm. Jeez. So these drinks that you don't like, there's like a story behind each of them. Is that why? Like blacking out or something?
Yeah, like those hangovers are just bad. So
Yeah.
it's just, and then just the taste of Captain Morgan, I will throw up if I taste it.
Ooh.
And then like Patron, I accidentally drank 4 bottles, not the full size one, but like the half size. So it's basically like 2 bottles to myself.
Hmm.
And then it was Patron. Jose Cuervo was just nasty. Like it's just that's how I knew. The first time I got COVID, I took a whiff of Jose Cuervo. I didn't smell anything. I was like, "Yep, I have it."
Jeez. What's your alcohol tolerance?
Oh, I haven't tested how far I can go because either I'll remember it or I won't. But the most I've ever counted in one night was 29. Was 29 shots.
Jesus, of what?
It was a mixture of Hennessy, tequila, and Tito's.
Was this like more recent? Do you feel like you could still drink a lot as of now?
I want to say this is Audiotistic 2022,
Oh,
the
that's recent.
SoCal one. I don't have the picture anymore, but I
Yeah.
had the we marked it. we marked it on our wrists. And
Uh-huh.
I remember I was one away from 30, and I was like, oh, I might as well should have done it. So I'm sure it was 29.
So what do you like when you're really drunk?
I don't know.
What?
That's when we go on autopilot.
You
And
know,
it's just fun. I would say it's just fun.
have you heard of like your own personal autopilot stories then from other
Oh
perspectives?
yeah, I've heard all the embarrassing stories.
Yeah,
I'm
what's
just
like
like
the craziest
sometimes
thing that
it's
you've done?
sometimes it's cringy. I'm like, I wouldn't really say crazy. It's probably like the things that I've like probably said or
Uh-huh.
stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, what? I said that? Or just like throwing up somewhere, like behind a fridge or
Oh.
in the dance floor.
Do you feel like you're way more confident too when you drink?
To a certain extent, yes.
Wait, so
But
would you
sometimes,
would you
mhm.
like would you like Oh no, I do know this actually. You spend money when you're drinking.
Yeah, Wilson,
Yeah,
you've been a
yeah.
recipient of my drinks before, man. A couple times.
No, I remember now. Well, what else were you gonna say?
I totally forgot, but yeah, continue.
No, I was gonna ask like it had to do with the confidence though, right? I remember the other night you were just like you basically said, "Don't let me buy drinks when we go inside."
Oh no, I told Michelle, don't let me buy drinks. She let me buy drinks.
Yeah, I didn't see you for a bit, and then I just saw you like constantly buying drinks. So
I know I bought that one girl, I bought her a couple drinks and she got sent to the Shadow Realm. And she's like, I have to go home, and I was like, alright.
yeah, do you want to describe or like explain what the Gulag and Shadow Realm is?
That's when you're at the you're at a state of, I wouldn't say trance, but you're on autopilot. You don't know what's going on, but you're functioning, and you're just like drunk or wasted out of your mind.
Yeah, how often do you get into that phase for yourself?
I would probably say 95% of the events I've been to, I have been in there.
Do you just like that though? Like, can you not go to events sober or what?
Oh, I can, but when you get intoxicated, it just enhances the fun.
Yeah. Okay. So you're definitely the fun guy.
Yeah, I just like to have fun.
Would
It's a
you
lot of
say
fun.
the experience is different for you though at like clubs versus going to raves?
Yes, because people at clubs are very snooty, snobby, and they don't want really. They're not as open as people as raves that want to like. They'll talk to you and stuff.
Yeah.
And so, and then like sometimes at the club you get shut down immediately because you don't have bottle service. And I feel like they probably raise their standards a bit higher at the club compared to like at a rave and stuff. So
Mhm.
they don't want to be seen with certain people or status, whatever. It's like because like people with like bottle service sometimes tend to look down on other people. That's why I feel. That's why it's kind of easy when me and my group would have bottle service and I invite people, especially like like women. Oh yeah, I'm down because you have a table, and it's easier to like get them to talk to you doing that than just being at the bar and like, hey, can I buy you a drink or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
The more you know, guys. All right, what's do you have like any stories of like wild experiences at a club or the type of people
there's
you've come across?
there's so going back to remember I told you don't let me buy drinks. So
Yes.
I told I had one of my friends. I told her I said, hey, do not let me buy drinks tonight for any random girls. We have bottle service. She said, okay. So we're already pregame. I'm already going to the club, and then I'm at the bar talking to a girl. I was like, so you want me to buy you a drink? And then my friend, she comes up. She's a little Vietnamese girl. She comes
Mhm.
up and she's like, who the fuck is this bitch? I'm gonna fucking fight her right now. Why
What?
buying drinks? And she starts getting hella rowdy. I'm like, whoa, relax. And I forgot, like, oh wait, I told you to do that for me. My bad. And she scared that other girl. I was talking to her. She's like, I saw you pull out your wallet. You were gonna buy her a drink.
Damn. So is that's technically a W friend though, right?
That is
So
a W friend. Because
yeah.
at first I was like, why? And I was like, oh yeah, thank you, because we have bottles.
Uh huh.
There's
Even though you
also
lost the girl. Uh-huh.
there's also another time in Vegas we were seeing Jaws Club. We already had bottle service, and it was expensive because only the guys paid for the table. So the girls got in for
Mm.
free and everything, free drinks. I think we all spent maybe like 200-300 each already, and so it was vodka, and I was just not liking it. And so I asked one of the single guys. I was like, let's go mingle, let's go mingle." And we go into the bar, and there's two other girls that we talked to or whatever.
Yeah.
So we started talking, and there's one that I was really liking, and I was lucky because he liked the other girl. So I was like, okay, it works out perfect. So I go, oh yeah, what do you guys want to drink? First round's on me. So we buy one, and we get another drink. I'm like, oh, I got it. Don't worry, I got it. Repeat this like 6-7 times, and then we end up going back to the table. We drink some more. I black out. I wake up in my room, and my clothes are all dirty, like I got hit by a car. It's like,
What
what
the
the hell
hell?
happened? And I look at my phone, and the girl texts me. She's like, "Thanks for all the drinks tonight. I hope it didn't cost a lot." So I look at my phone, my bank statement, and I was down an extra like $600. And I was like, "Oh my god!" And I went to the blackjack table, and I ended up winning $950 in blackjack.
Wow, okay, at least you're up. Jeez, the fact that you memorize or like remember this specifically, that's
It was
crazy.
so funny because I could tell I was trying to get her number because I missed call like 7 different times and they were not 10 digits. It was just like it looked like England numbers, China numbers. Then I finally got the other one right.
Yeah. Man, core memories, more core memories.
That was a very core memory. I'll never forget that. She bought me dinner the next day, so that was nice.
Yeah, 600. Okay. A dinner's nice. You're absolutely busting a mission for that.
Oh well, yes.
Okay. Let's talk about the good old EDM and rave scene. I'm
Yeah,
sure
oh,
there's
our favorite.
much to talk about for
Oh yeah.
sure. All right, let's start things off with like what was your introduction to EDM like?
Okay. This is a good origin story.
Okay.
This is for Illenium's Ashes tour. I used to
Ooh.
work with this girl, and she was like, I asked her, "Oh, what are you doing this weekend?" She was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go see Illenium." And I was like, she was like, do you like Illenium?" I was like, yeah, I do. I did not know who Illenium was. So she
Uh-huh.
was like, "Oh, do you wanna go?" And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, why not? Like, I'm down. So I go home, I start listening to the whole album, trying to memorize all the lyrics, everything. And I
Uh-huh.
listen to it. I put that shit on repeat maybe like 8 times because I was like simping for this girl. And so that day comes, and we're having a good time. And she's like, "I thought you didn't rave." I was like, "No, I do this all the time." Because I knew all the words. And then that's basically what happened. I had a good time. I was like, "Wow, I slept on this." So let's go to more.
Wait, so that was your first rave ever was Millennium?
The Ashes tour, yes.
Wait, so are you
Well, so
Mhm.
I've gone to a couple before that. I've seen like Carnage, and I think it was like 4B or something. But it was
Oh,
like,
okay.
but I wasn't really feeling it at the time. So that one I considered the first one because I actually enjoyed it for the first time when I saw that one.
Okay. And the first one was because a girl that you liked
Yeah.
was like inviting you.
Hmm.
Wow, wait. So would it this be the one at the Catalyst or no?
Yeah, the one in Santa Cruz.
Oh my god. That was your first one. That's
I
crazy.
consider I've been to others, but I considered that one
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
first one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cause that was like my first time seeing Millennium too. I think we talked
Hmm.
about this, how we could
I think
have
we did for
bumped
a little
into
bit.
yeah,
Hmm.
we could have met each other back then.
Yeah.
Wow. So early introduction, who is like some of your favorite artists then and maybe events and then versus
Mhm.
now.
So definitely, I started with a lot of bass. I really liked Millennium, Slander, Seven Lions. I would say was my top three
Okay.
when I first started getting into it. And then as I started listening to more genres and everything, I've kind of strayed away from it. So I'll enjoy it. I just can't do well because I am seeing Excision on Friday, but like it's not my main one anymore. I would
Yeah.
say I'm more into like house. That's more of my That's one of my favorite ones.
Hmm.
So I can do like that all day. But like every other genre, like I need variety. I love variety.
Who
But I
are
guess I
some
would
of?
start as a bass head.
Oh, okay, okay. Who are some of your
Mhm.
favorite house DJs?
I really like a lot of like Fisher, Chris Lake, like Balky, really like Valentino Khan, he's fun, Nitty, um oh I love Zoo, but that's more like sexy house. And then so stuff like that.
Are you well versed in like all the different type of EDM genres? Would you say?
I wouldn't say all of them because I'm not really into techno, I'm not really into hardstyle.
Yeah.
But I guess for the rest of it, I would say so, yeah.
Okay, I was gonna ask you then, what EDM genres like can't you listen to, or like live?
I can do hardstyle for maybe one set, and
Mm.
then I can do I call it fake techno, not real techno. So like when artists like Flosstradamus, Arlo Grime, like they just drop random techno, like yeah, that's cool, but I don't know if I can do that for the full 60, 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Although, it's like very similar to house, but it's like, nah, the techno is not. Those guys are crazy. Like those guys are on something. Sometimes at my events, I thought I'm on something. I go there, I'm probably the most sober one there.
And speaking of like your first few experiences and stuff, like when you actually enjoyed it,
Hmm.
um, can you describe what it was like just being at a rave, and maybe like describe it for those who haven't been to a rave yet?
So definitely, it's hella loud. That was the first thing I noticed. But when you go to like a rave, like the music and the visuals are just like holy shit, like this is crazy. And then the one thing that really got me was the people because people are very, very, very friendly. I would also say bass heads are the friendliest people. Of all the shows I experienced, I feel like the bass head people are like, well, actually trance too, but they're just like on one. But like bass head people are like
Okay.
they are nice. I would say that's the nicest group of people. Like you see some excision. I would say excision bands are like the most fun. Those guys know how to get down.
Hmm.
But yeah, I would just say the atmosphere of people was what like it's what really like got me because like wow, I can make a lot of friends here. I could meet new people, and I've met a lot of people because of raving.
Yeah. So that's basically what got you hooked, like the people plus the music, right?
Hmm.
Okay. And then so over time, when did you start like actually going to like way more events, or have you ever like even come across a period where you slowed down or anything?
I mean, the pandemic kind of forced us to slow down,
Yes.
but after that Millennium show, I started going to a lot more. So I was going at your pace at one point, just at something every weekend.
Whoa, whoa,
But
whoa!
I'm
Don't
trying to slow it
expose me
down a
like that.
little bit.
Calm down, calm down.
So like this year is my
Yeah,
slower year because I'm trying to go to Tomorrowland next year. So after
one of the
EDC,
goals.
I'm really gonna pick and choose like who I see and stuff.
Hmm.
So basically, have I seen them before? Because I look at a lot of lineups and I'm like, oh my god, I've seen a lot of these people.
What's like your favorite event that you've been to so far, and then least favorite, and why?
Okay, let's see. Favorite, and least favorite. This is tough because I really, really liked EDC 21 in October. Like that was fun, and that was with like my original rave family, and so we were like waiting for a long time to finally go, and we went. It was just so gratifying. Everyone basically wanted to see was there. It was fun.
Wait,
I
October?
also
You
like
said?
yeah October 2021 EDC, the one that
What
came back from the pandemic.
was that? Was that still in Vegas?
It was in Vegas, yeah.
Okay.
So that one was fun. I would say Audio 2018 was lit because it had Tiesto and Millennium. And then in
Okay.
trying to think which other there's so many. Oh, Arlo Grind this past year also was Chef's Kiss. It was so good.
Mm.
Like that one was so fun, and it was a good time. Though my least favorite one was I saw Slander in 20 no last year before Countdown because it was at the Midway, so it was way too small. Like
Oh, that was your least favorite? Wow.
yeah, like the set was good, but there's no room to move, and I hate being crowded. Like I need my
Yeah.
space, and so it was that on top of my car died, so I was thinking about that, like how
Oh
like
no.
it wouldn't start again, and I was also taking care of someone, that promised me that said I wouldn't have to do it. So I was irritated by that too.
Yeah.
And then it was just a bunch of things. So that one, I was just like, the music was good, but the experience, I was like, damn, suck.
That was like their techno set, right?
No, sorry, 2022 Slander
Oh.
before Countdown.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
at Midway, not the techno one. And then
Oh.
the
Okay.
second day of Countdown was pretty bad too because the rainy one, when you're taking care of
Ah,
someone,
yeah, the rainy
when you're
one.
taking care of someone and you're being crowd served and you're missing the people you want to watch, it's not a good experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you say is like your favorite venue that you've been to?
Oh, Bill Graham, 100%, no doubt. Anyone in chat, if you come to SF, go to an event at Bill Graham. It's hands down the best. They have clean bathrooms
Hmm.
on the fourth floor.
You showed me
It's
that. Thank you.
yep.
Thank you. So clutch.
It's easy to bring stuff in, and the security is not crazy. So like when we went to Trilogy, the security was scary. There's so many of them. I
Oh,
was
there
scared to
was a
pull stuff out of
lot.
my
Yeah.
pocket. Yeah, I was like, am I gonna be sober tonight?
Uh-huh.
Because I was trying to get it turned early, but it was hard because it was sunny. There's people, the security was around. But yeah, I would
Yeah.
say Bill Graham is the best. The worst is Nas.
Oh, it's
Absolute
so
worst.
unfortunate.
Nas is the worst. I will try not to go to an event there again. You would have to, win me over with the crazy lineup.
So you're not going to Beyond?
That lineup is good, but I don't work right now. If
Yeah,
I somehow
yeah.
find a job, that's a possibility.
Yeah, Nas gets a lot of hate for good reasons. Can you talk a little bit about why you don't like Nas?
Yeah, I've gotten a phone stolen there before, so that's never
Oh,
fun.
that's in
And
San
usually,
Bernardino, guys,
yeah, it
in
usually brings
SoCal.
out like Escape, Hard Summer, Countdown. They bring in the crowd that's more there to like get fucked up and party,
Yeah.
more so than the people that like rave basically. So you kind of get a mixture of those, and those interactions sometimes are not good. Like if you
True.
accidentally bump into someone, they get hella mad. I'm like, oh my bad. Like, I still say sorry, but they're like, look at you. I'm just like, bro, I'm just trying to pass through. Y'all are crowding here. So
Mhm.
I would say like that's the reason for like Nas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair assessment, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
What type of raver would you say you are? Like maybe even back then versus now, since you're way more experienced.
I am the rave dad at the same time, probably the most fucked up person there.
How do you find that balance for yourself, or how is that possible?
I don't know. You have seen it though, so
Yeah,
I
I
actually
have. I have.
I I look at all my friends and I just make sure they're okay. So even though I'm the one like messed up, like I call it safety gen. Like
Mhm.
I make sure like no one like takes too much or no one like everyone's feeling fine, no one's like anxious and stuff. Or if you get lost, I'll be the one to come find you and stuff. Like I'll make the meeting points. Like make sure the logistics are good. At the same time, I'll do that while enjoying myself. It's because I
Yeah.
look out for everyone. So I'm just like, it's because I care basically. Because I want everyone to have a good time. I don't want anyone to feel like that they're a burden or because I've heard stories where people's friends have left them because they were too fucked up. Like, dude, that's mean.
Oh, that was like this past weekend. Oh shit. Yeah, we'll talk about trilogy specifically, but
Hmm.
yeah, that reminded me of that.
Hmm.
Okay, so break down like the pros and cons of raving, so like everyone could know from your perspective, especially those who haven't tried.
Oh, definitely. I will do the cons first though. So if you're not
Yes.
into the music, you probably will not enjoy it. That's number one thing because I feel like even some kind of EDM, like you should, But also, if I were to suggest like to a new raver, I would tell them watch Zed or Seven Lions first. That's the two I would say like would get you like kind of like friendly into because like Seven Lions will throw some crazy stuff down too while playing his songs and Zed's just karaoke. So I feel like you have to enjoy the songs. Also, just like there's a lot of bad people out there that try to steal and all that. So
Hmm.
I would say like that's kind of a con. Like there's some pretty shitty people that go to that to take advantage of people that that are like messed up. And then there's also like I guess if you're a girl, it sucks sometimes because like they get harassed more than guys do. So I've had my fair share of like, what are you
True.
doing? Who are you? So like that kind of sucks. But then like the good parts about it is like you learn, you get to see new music. The visuals are crazy. you enjoy a good time with your friends. It's just like it's a big party, and you get to just like let loose.
Yeah.
So that's why it's just like, yeah.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Mhm.
Have you seen like anything crazy go down at raves or like heard of like any stories that you could share?
Well, I mean, we were at Countdown, and I was taking care of a friend, and this guy comes up and was just like, because he was hella fucked up, so I was taking care of her, and he just like tries to grab her, so I hella pushed him, and he looks at me, and then Roel comes because he's a much bigger guy than me, and so this guy just leaves. I was like, yeah, dude, it's like get the hell out of here. Like, what are
Yeah.
you doing? So like it's like the small stuff like that. I've seen there was phone thieves at EDC, and I was telling everyone like, make sure your stuff is there because I see them because they were watching the fireworks, and I was looking, and I was telling someone, I was like, check your stuff, don't make sure you're not getting distracted and all that. So it's like stuff. I haven't seen anything super crazy. I've seen people like throw up, pass out, and all that, but nothing like out of the ordinary, I guess.
Hmm.
Except for the weirdos that try to talk to my friends.
Yeah. There's a handful of those type of people like
Mhm.
at any event.
There's a
So
lot more good eggs than there are bad eggs. It's just sometimes those bad ones ruin the experience for everyone.
yeah. And speaking of like the good people there and stuff, right? Can you talk a little bit about like the culture of raving and plur?
Oh yeah, like peace, love, unity, respect. It's just like if you're nice to everyone, they'll be nice back. So funny enough, at EDC this past year, um, I didn't have the totem. My group had it, and so I was holding our spot for I forgot which day it was. It might have been for Zed, and then Zed or yeah for Tiesto and Zed. And so there's a guy that's like he was just chilling there, and he had this big lightsaber. And then I handed him my pouch, and I was like, "Hey, bro, can I borrow that for 5 minutes? I'll let you get some tequila." And he was like, "Oh hell yeah, give me that!" And so I was able to find my friends, and like wave them down with the lightsaber. They all came. You might have been there too with us, and then so we exchanged information, and I say what's up to this guy. He found me. He found me at an event recently, and I gave him the pouch again. I was like, I got alcohol again, bro. So like people are like willing to help and are nice. And
Yeah.
that's like a really good thing. And then like just because you're there for an artist, especially when you go to like for like say for example like Millennium, like you guys all know the music, so you talk about it, you get to bond over it. That's
Mhm.
what's like really fun about it.
Yeah, so you talked about the pros and cons. So
Hmm.
specifically for like new and baby ravers, like beginners, right? Like what tips are you gonna give them, or would you give them?
To always number one is being hydrated. That's the most important thing. And then another thing I would say is talk to your group. Like, tell them what you like, what you don't like, where you want to go, who you want to see. Just communicate. I feel like that's like really important. And then I always say this to all my friends: you can always take more, but you could never take less. So always start slow. It's a marathon, not a race. And also, meetup spots. Text with the timestamps, make sure, and then try to be in a buddy system. So you're at least if you're lost, you'll be lost with someone than by yourself. Sometimes
Mm.
it's like a little scary if you're lost by yourself. My first EDC, I got a little worried when I was alone, but then after that, you're like, oh, okay, you're good.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
good points. You mentioned like Zed as a gateway DJ, right? And Seven
Hmm.
Lions. What event would you recommend for like first timers to go to?
I would say go to a small show, see a genre that you like, someone you like. I feel like that would get you more into it then. Because, like, for example, if you're like a bass head and you don't know it yet, but if you like it, I tell you, yeah, come to this house show with me. You might not like it, so I would say, look it up on Spotify and then be like, see if you like the vibe and just go, even if it's by yourself. Like, it's always good. I would say that. But yeah, but I would recommend with Zed or Seven Lions if I'm a first timer.
Mm. Yeah, Spotify is a great way to do your homework, to do research for
Or
like music.
mixes, SoundCloud and YouTube, watching live sets. You get a
Hmm.
good idea too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, we have quite a lot of friends that have gone to EDC for their very first event. So,
Yeah, shout out to Dewey, Elisa. I took them to their first EDCs. Actually, a lot of Ohana I took them to their first EDCs, but that wasn't their first event. But a couple of their first event was EDC, so like Elisa and Dewey. Their first raves were EDC,
Yeah, that's so
and I did tell
crazy.
them maybe you should go to one. It was funny with Dewey. I was like, maybe we should go to something. She's like, no, it's okay. EDC was my first, and I told her, do not compare this to any other event you go to because it's gonna be
Yeah,
different.
the standards woo, would be so high from EDC.
Hmm.
Man, adult Disneyland vibes.
Yes, yes, lots of fun.
All right. Do you want to talk a little bit about party favors and candy and how that like enhances or I don't know, like whatever with the experience?
I will definitely say, I would definitely say you don't have to do it, but it
Mm.
is a lot of fun, and always start off small, as I always say, because you don't want to get floored. Some people like that feeling. I personally hate it, so it's just like I would start, with small. I would also do it with your friends first, and always make sure your stuff is like tested. That's the number one thing, because if you do too much, it could be something else, and then it could be bad. So just always be safe and don't take things from strangers. Do not sell to strangers.
Yeah, and just you mentioned floored. Can you describe what that is or explain?
It's basically when you're on the floor and you can't get up, the world is spinning and it's not feeling good anymore. It's like you're getting really anxious and like scared and overstimulated. So
Yeah.
I do not like that personally. I've only had that experience once, and oddly enough, it was at an Arm& Hammer show of all places.
When was this?
I saw him in 2023 January. No, 22 January
Oh
in
wow.
LA.
Uh
I miscalculated how much I had.
huh. I see.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of things, and for you personally, what do you like doing the most? Do you like just drinking? Just
Everything, and some of them I won't disclose here, but
yeah.
everything that I
Okay.
can do.
So you don't go sober then? It's like what I'm asking.
uh, Sometimes I'll get in there sober, but at the end of the night, I'll definitely not be sober.
Do you think you could
But
go through an event like
I
sober?
could go. I could do it sober. I could do it. So I saw Zoo by myself in
Uh huh.
October. I saw it. So I saw the whole thing basically. So I had 2 drinks that night, so I could definitely do it.
Going alone though, so there's like a term or like people like to call something like side questing and everything.
Hmm.
Yeah. What do you feel like you do that or like what can you
I
say that's
used to be a side quester. I used to do that.
yeah,
So
explain what that is too
it's when
and
you
your
run
thoughts
off on
about
your
it.
own.
Mhm.
When you run off on your own and you have a different agenda on your mind. So not anymore, because usually now I'm like the one in charge, so I don't. It's irresponsible if I were to leave. But back then, when I'm not the one, or if I'm not the one in charge, I'll do it. So I would say one of the earlier EDCs, I told, actually my old group would tell you, here's if I say I'm gonna go get water, I'm not coming back for the next 3 hours or whatever.
Uh,
So my live, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get water. Yeah, that's a lie. So I would go off. I see someone else, go to random friend groups, talk to them, make friends, everything. Of course, look for girls and all that. So like, that's what I would say would be like side questing. So like, my favorite lie was, I'm gonna go get water. I'll be back. And then I find my friends at the last set. Guys, I've returned. I caught a few people in the act while we were at EDC last year, so that was always fun too.
the side questing act.
I saw a few people in the act. Like I caught Vinny in the act. I gave him some alcohol, and he did not like it.
Oh man, your pouches. Notorious
Famous
for those
pouches.
pouches.
I don't like spending money at the event, so you bring it yourself.
All right, so what is a rave bay and how do you get one, Drew?
A rave phase when you're feeling each other, and it's probably only gonna last till that set ends or the end of the night, depending on what event it is, where you're at, and everything. And so it's when you're feeling the e-love, as they call it, and then you feel really bad after, or you're like, oh, I'm not gonna see her again, and stuff like that. And then how do you get one?
Yeah,
That's a
share
good question.
experiences. Go for it.
That's a good question because everyone has a different way. Honestly,
Mm.
though, for me personally, if I'm like feeling it, I'll just ask you, do you want to dance? And if they say yes, it's good. And then if no, it's like, all right, you have a good night. That's the number one thing I ask. If you want to dance, that's it. But then when I get like really intoxicated, I stop caring.
Mhm.
And then if you try to make that your main objective, you will never have fun at an event.
So that's your like number one, like that's your first move for what you
Yeah,
typically do.
yeah. Last day I want to dance because then that means you'll know.
Mhm.
But if you try to make getting a rave day your priority at events, you're gonna strike out more than you're gonna get it. So you wouldn't have fun. So I would just say that's a bonus. It's a bonus. It's not the main thing.
Drew's dropping knowledge here, guys, even more, especially if you're a rave baby. Take notes, take notes.
I trained them well.
So that sounds like a very like, direct approach. Do you feel like there's other methods that you've seen or heard of from other people?
I mean, I would used to try and like like see how they're feeling and sway towards them or something, or like give them a hug or something and see how they're feeling towards it, and then that's what I used to do. But I feel like when I have had more success being direct
Yeah.
than trying to be subtle about it or like kind of scared. So I'd be like, yeah, do you want to dance? What's up? And so, or like, yeah. So, but I'll have a conversation first, a little bit, get know their name, make a couple jokes here and there, and then oh, you want to dance? Let's go have fun.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So what signs would you get to know if like they're interested if they're not like speaking to you directly?
If they're not speaking to you directly, I
Yeah.
feel like if they're making a lot of like eye contact, it's pretty big. They're suddenly like touching you, or they move closer to you and stuff. And if they're like really smiling, I feel like like and being like a little extra friendlier than normal.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Some more knowledge right there. So have you ever considered I don't like talking about this, but I gotta ask you. Have you considered retirement anytime soon or ever?
So what's funny is, one of the rave groups I rave with, they're all pretty older. I'm the youngest one there, and they're all like 40 plus and still going strong.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, that gives me hope. I'm like, I can still be doing this.
Mm.
Because like when people say I'm too young for that, you could never be too young to have fun. So if they say they're too old for it, they're just not having fun anymore. So I personally, I don't see retirement in the horizon. I definitely see going to less shows, but
Mm.
not retirement per se, because I still have a lot of fun. It's still a lot of fun. It's not getting old, so it's a lot of fun.
Within the scene itself, like what do you typically hear is like what is considered an old age?
That's hard because my other group is actually like
Yeah.
older than me. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I see them, but I guess when I hear it, they're like, "Oh, I'm too old to rave now." Like they're usually people. I guess they're like my like 30-ish
Mm.
something, early 30s, late 20s. They would say they're too old, but like I said, the other group I rave with are older than me. So I'm like, well, that sucks for you. I'll go hang out with them.
Yeah, cuz like
Hmm.
been hearing people in like their mid 20s saying that they're getting too old, and that's when you start feeling the pain, the body aches for sure. So
And they're the body aches. I mean, it does suck, but
yeah,
it's
no
it's always worth it.
limits.
It's always worth it. It's like when you're dead on that Monday after EDC. It's the last 3 days. Like, oh hell yeah, it was a memory.
All right, let's talk specifically about the events that we've been to, or the core ones. So list out the events that you've been to with Ohana so far, because I feel like there's a lot of Ohana
Hmm.
homies in here, and you've taken charge in like hosting these.
Hmm. I've definitely with EDC and Breakaway. Yes, so we've done two EDCs and we've done the Breakaway together.
Okay, so what was the
And
first one, and how did that? Well, like, how did you follow up and go through with that?
so the first EDC when I was putting it together, it was just basically me and Roel, and then so I think it was Bihi that asked me. She's like, I want to go to an EDC. So I was like, all right, I'll plan it. Let's go. And then so slowly, a couple people were like asking me, or I would bring it up. And then I know like the first EDC, Dewey was there, Jetpack, and then who else did we meet? Oh, Posey was there. He's not Harvard. Posey and Leo were there because I was cool with them. Tran was there. Uh, and then we met Emma through Bihi and all that. So it was like a smaller group at first. and then the year after, other people wanted to go, so I was like, yeah, I'll plan it. The first whoever I ask goes. So we had a bigger group, and I would tell them it's a lot of fun, and I'm glad they listened because it's a lot of fun. So that was good. And then Breakaway was just like, why not? It's right here. It was it's at home, so I'm down, and everybody showed up. The lineup was fun. We had a good time at that event too, so I would say it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And now that I think about it, I probably saw you at all of those events, huh?
You did, yeah.
Breakaway?
Mhm. Yeah, we went to Breakaway together this past year.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then it's funny because I met you for the first time at EDC 22,
Uh-huh.
and then I was like, "Wait, you live near me? What the hell?"
Yeah,
We met in Nevada first.
yeah. I feel like
Yeah.
that has happened quite a few times with other people.
And then at or this past EDC, we basically hung out all of like the Saturday. Like we saw like Wooly, Zed, and Tiesto, I think. Like we were like all
Yeah.
together. Yeah. So that was cool too.
Because you were blessing everyone with your
Oh, yeah, I was dressed up as the Pope.
uh-huh. Do you find yourself dressing up a lot for like events?
No, if you know me, I'm gonna have my Supreme headband. I'm putting on a jersey, and I'm wearing some sweatpants. That's all it's my basic attire.
The go-to attire. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So out of
But
those oh, go ahead.
because there's a story where I was meeting up with a friend in 2021 EDC,
Yeah.
and it was Demon Slayer was like really big, and
Mhm.
so I messaged her. It was after Martin. No, after I think it's DJ Snake. I texted her. I was like, "Oh yeah, where are you?" She's like, "Oh, I'm at Circuit. Let's meet up at the sign." It's like, okay. So I text. I'm like, "Where are you?" She's like, "I'm wearing a Nezuko outfit." And I was like, "Yeah, 15,000 other girls wearing Nezuko."
Yeah.
Be specific.
No, that's real. Like there's like a theme like every time and you're just like, oh shit, there's so many people with the
Yeah,
same
because
fits.
another friend was like, "I'm wearing the Squid Game jumpsuit." I'm like, "There's 10,000 other guys doing that too, bro."
Mhm.
So,
Hey, taking inspiration from what's trending, that's pretty
mhm.
cool for like Ray
But
fits.
we have some cool people wearing like cool outfits and stuff. So this year we're trying to figure out a theme for EDC because last year's ours was we had neon, we had jerseys, and then anything whatever you wanted. So we're trying to figure out our theme for this year. I'm
Oh,
gonna see you
okay.
there, right, Wilson?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. I'm glad.
Let's
I'm
go.
really glad that you guys are planning to do another one for sure.
Yeah.
DC.
We'll do a meetup. We'll do a meetup. We'll figure that
Yeah.
out when the time comes.
Who's like going this time? Is it like an even bigger group or would you say the
I think
same
it's
as last
still
year?
about the same amount of people, just different people.
Okay.
So some of our first timers is like Arv, Emmy,
Hmm.
they'll be there first time, and then a
Nice.
couple other people first time too.
Always fun to have first timers come along.
Yeah, when you see their faces, just like what EDC is, it makes you feel good. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you tell them about the fireworks show, you're like, this will be the best fireworks show you ever watch. It just shits on Disneyland.
So you listed two EDCs and two breakaway festivals, and you pretty much like helped plan all of those, right?
Hmm.
Which, if you had to choose, which one was like the most memorable to you and why?
Man, that's hard. I
Yeah.
really like this past breakaway. That one was so fun because like the event itself was pretty short, but we were just
Uh,
partying all day, all night for 3 days. Like, don't get me wrong, I love EDC and stuff, but I
yeah.
think the group we had at Breakaway was so fun.
Yeah, the out experiencing it firsthand, like actually staying at the house and stuff
Hmm.
for the first time, that was pretty
And you got
crazy.
to see my pregame ritual.
Dude, and then you closing and everything. Y'all are wild. And then playing like the card games and all that. There's
Yeah,
a
that was
lot going
fun.
on.
It was so much fun. It's a core memory.
Yeah. So that means this is going to be a tradition then, right?
I'm hoping
Ought to
so.
be.
I'm hoping so. I'll invite. We'll see how many people show
Yeah.
up.
EDC and the next breakaway. If the lineup's good, hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully, the lineup's good. Let's line up last year personally. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Hmm.
Shaq.
Uh
Shaq was hella good.
oh yeah, Diesel.
Shaq was hella
First time seeing Diesel.
good. Hmm.
Are there any like other future events that you're looking forward to? Like what do you have lined up other than you said Tomorrowland for 2025?
Yeah. So I want to do Tomorrowland at 2025.
Yeah.
Because like I really like the Euro music scene, so I think that'd be like really fun to see. It's like, you know, the biggest music festival in the world. I won't say music festival, but electronic festival in the world.
Hmm.
And then I have EDC coming up. I'm seeing Excision on Friday. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Nice. That lineup's
And after that,
crazy.
yeah, after that, I don't really have anything else like lined up. We'll see. We'll see. You know who announces the show. Maybe Elenium again. If he, I mean, I always see Elenium when he comes here, so
Hmm.
that's always good. And then I usually get to go to the outside lands by myself. That's always fun. I like to solo it.
Are you
So
planning to do any of the Martin Garrix shows?
oh yeah, I am. I'm going on Saturday. I think you're going that one
Oh,
too, right?
sick. Yeah, I'll see you on
I was
Saturday.
able to, I was able to cop a Saturday, so that's gonna be a lot
Perfect.
of fun.
Good day.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Other than that, I think that's it. And then we'll see where it goes. I am really hoping I get to see Zoo and Arlo Grime.
Huh.
That's my top two for EDC that I'm praying for. Zoo and Arlo Grime. I really want to see them.
You said Zoo is like sexy house.
Yeah, it's like a little slower,
Oh,
like more like sexy sounding. It's like a like deep tech house ish. So like it's like really fun.
and then Arl Grime would be like more what would you say
Like
like
trap.
trap? Okay.
Yeah. He plays trap and some bass house and stuff. But like
Mm.
I am really looking for those that's my top two that I would say. And then well if I had to put a third person who I really would want to see, I do Hulk Gang, which is Valentino Khan and 4B. Is
Oh
that
yeah, that was
EDC as well.
fire at EDC.
Hulk Gang is fire.
Yeah.
I saw them in San Francisco, and it was a good time too.
Hey, love that. Hey Giles, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you, man. Excited to see you soon.
So yes, I would
Let's
say
go.
that would be a lot of that would be my top three that I would want to see.
All
Also
right,
hoping for
let's.
something crazy back to backs.
Oh yeah, yeah. Back to backs are fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna transition to trilogy.
Oh, that was fun.
Okay, okay. Talk about what went down, man. Cause I saw you guys briefly, and I wish there was like way more time to be able to like just go around and just like
Oh, for sure.
vibe with y'all. I heard you
Mm-hmm.
guys even like split up too. So, but then
So,
what went down? Like
so we saw
overall
you.
experience.
We saw you guys. It's so funny. Remember we met up to see each other, and we walked out the tunnel. After that,
Huh?
I'm on your video for like a second. We walked out the tunnel.
Yeah.
After that, I don't even remember. I don't remember anything. I was like,
Oh,
I
you
didn't even see
pre-gamed that
you.
hard?
No. I remembered the show, but you guys went to the front, and then I don't like going up there, so I stayed in the back.
Oh,
Because
okay.
we were in like the middle-ish while you guys were like near the rail, I think. And
Yes.
then everyone's like, "Oh yeah, let's go up there. Let's meet up with everyone." So I started walking up there, and then I immediately turned back. I was like, "Nah." I told them I'll be here at the where there's room. And
That's
then
where you stayed the
so
whole night?
basically we were just in the same spot the whole night. Yeah,
Okay, I'm sure you guys had plenty of space there then, right?
yeah. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so what went down at Trilogy for you and
Man,
everyone?
it was a heck of a show. He brings out like 7 lines. He brings out Tori Kelly. He brings out All Time Low. He brought out Trippy Red. I was like, wow, he has all these people. But I am upset because Friday had Avril Lavigne. I was hoping
Yes.
she was gonna be Saturday, and so I was like, damn, could have traded someone there for Avril Lavigne because I would have geeked out if she was the one that made the whole like live appearance and everything.
Mm.
But yeah, it was fun. The second set I think was the best one though.
The second?
The second
Oh,
set.
that's what I thought too. That was
The
crazy fun.
second one is because I have a very like my heart is like Ascend is my favorite album from Millennium.
Uh-huh.
So it was like the Ascend tour, and I was listening to it all over again. So it was nice to hear it again. I was like, hell yeah, he's playing Ascend.
What song like stuck out to you? Was there any that you really enjoyed seeing live?
I really like that he played his Disarm You remix on the first set
Mm.
because he finally re-released it on Spotify, and I've been waiting for that to be on Spotify.
Yeah.
And I really love Disarm You by Cascade, so his remix of that is it's beautiful. And then when he played anytime that he plays Crawl Out of Love, like my heart sinks a little.
Uh-huh.
I just love it's my favorite Millennium song of all time.
Yeah. Did
So
did you cry?
yeah.
Are you a crier? Like for some songs?
I've only cried once, and it was that Crush 2019. Because I
Okay.
just went through a breakup.
All right, so not Trilogy this time.
No, I
All
didn't cry
good.
at Trilogy. I was feeling good. I was amped up on tequila, Red Bulls, and other party favors. So I was like, I'm having fun.
So was it only good things that went down this past trilogy for you, or were there like anything negative downsides?
I didn't think there's anything negative besides being stuck in the rain in the Uber going home or trying to find an Uber. That was rough. Other than
Oh,
that, like
afterwards for
yeah, we had
everyone?
to walk 30 minutes to a random grocery store so we get picked up.
No way.
And it was
Damn.
raining. And everyone looked so defeated. It was so funny.
No wonder, cause like the first night we like drove off like pretty far, and then like we
hmm
would see people constantly still walking or just like sitting around random spots, probably just waiting for like Ubers.
hmm
So just imagining that you guys had to go through that sucks.
Yeah, that actually like sucked, but it was still fun. Like overall, it was a good event. It went smoothly,
Did
and
you
so
guys or did you like meet a lot of new people as well, or bump into anyone that you know?
so I didn't. I rarely touched my phone when I was out there. So whoever
Okay.
was near, that's who I really saw. After I texted you and Ali basically like to meet up, I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
touch my phone the rest of the thing. I try not to like use my phone when I'm at events now. Like
yeah.
I just live in the moment. It's
Live
fun.
in the moment. Sick.
hmm I'll just do it to take pictures.
hmm And so you think that most people were like pretty cool for the most part, right?
Yeah, everyone had a good time. Like
Yeah, the
uh,
crowd.
yeah, the crowd, everyone around us was good vibes,
hmm
and it was a lot of fun. We were entertained by Elaine's man's Alex. He was a vibe.
Oh yeah. Why? What happened? Like, what kind of raver is he? Does he go hard?
You know how I say Shadow Realm. He was
Oh,
he was
you
in the
said
Shadow Realm.
nice. Briefly met him. I actually saw like Emmy, Elaine, and Alex like more in the front.
Yeah,
So,
they moved up there and then they came back after.
oh,
Mhm.
that's why. I was just like,
Yeah,
damn, did they all disappear or something? Cause
they actually everybody was in the front for the first set except for me, Roel,
Mhm.
and Emma and Hannah, and then
Okay,
everyone else stayed in the front, and then they came back after for the second and the third set.
yeah, I
But
see.
it was fun though. I was like, I told him, don't let me stop you from going to the front. I don't care. I'm gonna stay back here. So I told him, I'll be here if you need me.
Home base, yeah, home base
Yeah,
spot.
well, basically always at home base.
I'm glad that means everyone in that group had a good time, right?
Yeah, everyone had a good time. It was amazing. 10 out of 10 would do it again.
Did you guys have afters or anything, or
Of
did you hang out the next
course.
day?
Oh no, my flight was at 9 in the morning.
Oh shit!
We
I don't know
stayed
how you
up.
do that.
We were
Yeah.
partying somewhere, and then it was time to go home.
hmm
And so after that, we were like, "Yep." So I was like, I was still drunk when I woke up. I was like, I need to get to the airport.
Bro, I don't know how you guys do that. Like, just full send and then not even a little rest break. You just go home after.
hmm That's gonna happen again this weekend.
Oh, just Excision, right? Friday.
Yeah. This
Okay.
Friday. Yeah. I wish I could have went Saturday instead, but I was supposed to do a gig, but I guess it's not happening no more.
hmm And okay, so when did you guys hear about the incident that happened on Friday? Or did you guys hear about that?
Yeah, we saw it. We saw it the day after, so we're like, oh damn, that's really sad. 'Cause I heard the kid was like 20 years old, and then he like drowned.
Yeah, I heard that he was too intoxicated to go in. So
hmm
like his whole group went in without him, and then he just walked in.
They
And
went inside without him.
yeah, apparently they all went in without him, and then he was the only one.
Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, see, like at least like no one left behind. So that's unfortunate. Like that's so sad to hear. You don't want to hear like people passing, you know, at events you're at. It's just like
Yeah.
wow. hmm I thought they were with him too, because I know you're not supposed to jump in. You know, when if they're drowning, you never jump in. You're supposed to get help.
Mhm.
But I was just like, wow, that actually sucks. But people
Yeah.
do leave friends like that. It's kind of sad. Like
Mhm.
I've heard horror stories, and I've met people where their friends have left them, and I'm like, yeah, just come hang out with us. This is like, it kind of sucks when your friends do that to you, because that's not real friends there.
Mhm.
hmm
Did you hear that there was like pickpocketing at Trilogy?
I heard it was happening in the stands, but I didn't hear about it in the on the floor.
Oh yeah, I heard it was
But
on the floor too.
oh really? Yeah,
Yeah.
we were lucky that none of us happened, but that happened to us. But I get yeah. I mean, it happens at every event now. It's
Mm.
kind of sad.
And then you that means since you had floor, you went through that walkway, right? Did you go through that loop
Oh
or
my
the
god, the
stairs?
maze,
The
the maze.
maze? What was your thoughts about
That was
that, like in the group
we
afterwards?
had to pee, so we were running down there and we're like we use the restroom, and it's just like it wouldn't stop. It just wouldn't stop. Well, I was like, I really need to use it, and then I also wanted to unpack because I had a lot of stuff in my pockets.
Yeah, and then going back up like it was like a horde.
Oh,
Like,
we went up through the stands instead, so it wasn't that bad.
oh really? Was it
We
like an
didn't go through the
escalator?
maze.
Okay.
It was just a staircase, like going to 100s. We just walked up, and then
Oh.
we went into the main building and everything.
Okay. I feel like that
Mhm.
would have been good. Wow.
I was just following Bihi. She was like the most sober one there, so we were following her.
Yeah, yeah. Did you guys end up getting merch or anything?
Everyone I think got merch except for me.
Okay. So everyone had like
I
something
I
to
feel
bring
like
back.
everybody went there. I was like, I already got like 3 jerseys. I'm good.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's a good place to stop talking about like
Hmm.
trilogy and everything. You have a lot of future events to look forward to, so that's fun and
Hmm.
events just in general.
Yeah, we should
Uh
be going on Friday.
yeah, I'm going to William Black on Friday and then Saturday Excision.
Oh, he's here. Civic, right?
Yes, yes.
Oh, damn,
So
that's a good
closer.
show. Because the first time I saw William Black was the first trilogy tour. It was him, Dabin, and Ikali that opened for Millennium. I was like, damn, stacked lineup.
Wait, what the hell? That's hella stacked.
Yeah.
All right, last few questions from
Hmm.
me. If anyone in chat has a question for Drew, feel free to ask away and then I'll read your question. Um okay, out of curiosity, what was your first impression of me? Online and
First,
then I guess in person.
okay, so I remember I met you at EDC, and I actually didn't know who you were on stream,
Okay.
but we were we were both pretty lit, so I was like, oh, that Wilson guy's hella cool.
Oh,
Then
thanks.
when I found out you lived near, I was like, oh, we should go to an event. That was basically what it was.
Mhm.
It was nothing but good vibes. So that's why I was like, oh, this guy's cool. And then when I found you were close, like, oh, maybe we should go do something together. So that was my first impression because I didn't know you were a streamer. The like our group, so like Cozy talked like highly of you. So he's like, oh,
Mm.
we should meet up with Wilson. And I was like, who is Wilson? And he was like, yeah, it's like it's like another streamer goes like. He kept saying Wilson. I was like, who is Wilson? I don't know this guy, but okay, I'm down.
Oh, so that was the first time. Does that mean the T Sane meetup was like the second time?
The one with Joey, right?
Yeah.
After me and Joey won that Valorant tourney.
Yeah, I think that was it. And then
Yeah, that was the second time.
okay, okay. And then
And I
Roger
think
was there too, right? Yeah.
Roger was there, Caster was there, Maddie was there, a couple other people were there. So yeah,
Yeah,
that was the
quick
other time
stop.
we met you.
Okay.
Hmm. I drove all the way. It was like 45 minutes just to get boba.
Dude, for real, for real. Of all places though, he's in. Yeah. I mean it opens late.
First impression of Alex, you were hella nice. I don't. We talked on stream, and then that was it. And then I realized how tall he was.
Yeah. Wait, did you see Alex this past weekend?
I did not. I forgot to message. I didn't message anyone besides you and
Yeah,
Alex.
yeah,
So,
okay, okay.
and then there were people
That's
trying to
fair.
meet up with me that I didn't want to see, so I didn't touch my phone.
Ooh, okay. And
I did not find any unclean women, RJ, because they had no 21 plus wristbands. So I was like, I'm not talking to any
so
girls
you
today.
just took no chance that night. Oh, Pico has a first impression question for you.
First
Oh, and me
impression,
too.
Pico
Go for it, you go.
online. Do I don't remember. I don't know. Pico was always nice coming into my chat, talking to me, and then when I met him IRL, I was like, wow, I'm actually taller than someone. But now he's like hella yoked. But Pico's awesome. He's a good guy. I love Pico. He's like my little bro.
And for me, I just remember like seeing your name from like the server, right? Like the Ohana server. Because when I first joined Ohana and everything, I basically took notes of like who's who, even though I've never like really seen you stream or interacted with you. But yeah, EDC it was straight vibes, straight vibes. Like we didn't even know each other, but we like hung out and stood next to each other, and we were just vibing at Cosmic Meadow, and that was so fun. And then this guy was like giving me like a massage and everything.
I'm not answering that, Arv.
She was, yeah, rizzing it up too. I see you. Arv.
I'm not answering that. It was funny at
Yeah.
we were watching Slander at EDC,
Uh-huh.
and Love Is Gone comes on. Everybody's getting emotional. And then I
Uh-huh.
looked at Pico, and he's like, "Fuck you, Drew. Fuck you. Shut up."
Oh man. Oh, Joanna, hello. When are you guys
Joanna.
coming to Australia? When, Drew? When are you going?
Are you gonna fly me out? I don't have the money to go to Australia right now.
Please, Joanna, fly us out. Fly us out. Let us know when's the best
Okay,
time.
no, we're
I'd
both
be
here.
down.
You should come to America. So yeah, there's that one.
That's true. That's true. But it would also be fun to go to Australia. I only
Let
hear
me get
about
into
like Sydney and
hardstyle.
Melbourne though. Wait,
Lean
what?
into hardstyle. There's hardstyle's pretty popular out there. They have DEF CON, I think.
Uh-huh. And muzzing.
Yeah, and Muzzing.
Nice. Do you guys have any other questions?
Ruin the moment. I was gonna ruin the moment, Pico.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of was, because I was the only one like not getting emotional. I was like, "Holy shit, everyone's crying." What's going on here?
Because it's love is gone, right?
Yeah, and then it was when it transitioned to the slow.
Oh,
other
the
one.
acoustic?
Yeah, the acoustic one.
Ah.
So everybody started cheering up. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, let me find a way to ruin this. And Pico Hella looked at me.
Uh, I love those moments though, like when that people we could like group up at least and just like sing and just
Yeah, we were all singing
vibe.
together. It was a great time. Why am I so buggy? No, that's you, RJ. Relax.
Yeah. All right. I think do you have anything else you wanted to talk about, or do you feel like that was good?
I think we're good. Thank you for having me, Wilson. It was an honor.
Dude, yeah, thank
It
you
was a
so
big
much
honor.
for being a part of this podcast episode. Episode 5, guys, Chat with Wilson, featuring Drewspacito. Do you have any last words to say to everyone that dropped by, or maybe those who are watching on YouTube?
Those who are drop by, well, you know what? Thank you everyone for tuning in and listening to me talk. It was probably a lot, but you know, I love it. It's always fun just getting to chat it up. I appreciate that. Thank you, Wilson. Great host, great guy, good vibes all around. And that's it. You know, hit me up too. Trying to hit 1K.
Yes, guys! Exclamation guess! That's
I
the
said
Twitch link right there.
I was like, I was gonna fly someone out when I hit 1K, but I don't have a job right now, so I can't fly
Oh
someone out. So
no!
maybe we'll
I remember
postpone
that was a thing.
Future goal. Future goal.
Yeah, he would fly
Future
someone
goal,
out,
future goal.
guys.
I'll fly someone
Word.
out.
It could be you, Joanna.
It could be.
Since you're
Oh,
asking
that's
us to go.
That's a lot. I don't know. That's an expensive ticket. I don't know. I might have
Okay.
to say Canada and US only.
All right. Yeah, exclamation podcast. I do these just to get to know my friends and just to hear like their perspectives in life, just to see like, because everyone grows up differently and lives a different life. So yeah. And also you're down. Wait, you've been on dating shows before. I remember you talked about it. Are you serious about trying to
I
do a
was on
dating show?
Lily show. I
Uh-huh.
was on Lily show. It was a lot of fun. If you guys wanted to hear my riz, you should see if that VOD is still up, because I was trying. I was trying my hardest.
Just do a Ohana dating show or something. I feel like you could also host one like that.
I'm trying to tell you. I wanna
That'd
be
be
The
super
Bachelor or something.
funny.
I don't compete against other people.
Oh,
It's
you-
hard, man.
Oh yeah,
who's
okay. You want to be the Bachelor?
Compete for me.
Okay.
Let me ask the questions, because
Do you want?
it's like 10 other dudes. That was hard. Like I had to pull out the whole guidebook and everything.
Okay, if you were to have one, would you allow guys to be on it, or do you want just girls?
I mean, it would be good content if it's like all girls, because I feel like a lot of the guys know me kind of well already, so
Yeah, and they would troll the shit
they
out
know
of
the
you.
right answer. So
Yeah. Or
I
okay.
would prefer it to be if it's people I don't know as well and stuff. You know, I think
Yeah.
that'd be fun. But you know, preferably
Reasonable.
it'd be nice if it was all girls. But if the dudes want to join too and try to riz me up, let's see it. More so if they're like allies or the LGBT, not
Okay.
straight guys. Actual, you know, not straight guys.
Okay. Okay.
Fly you guys out, bro. I don't even have a job. Relax.
Yeah. Haven't decided on the next podcast guest. But again, thank you so much, Drew, for giving some time to chat on this stream. I hope you enjoy the rest of your nights, and yeah, I'll let you go. Have a good one, everyone. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.